Hello and welcome to Roll for It The Last Ditch Season 2 Episode 23. It's getting easier to remember the episode numbers now that we're getting towards the end. I can count backwards, it works. Welcome to episode 23, our final episode with our fourth and final guest cast. We'll be sad to see them go, but they're going to be going out with a bang today because we are going to be playing orcs. So get ready, strap yourselves in. We'll go through the announcements and all that kind of thing so that we can get straight on with it. Today's supporter is Engine Seer Polonius or Polonus of the Iron Brigade. Thank you very much for supporting today's episode. We also have a whole bunch of stuff happening with the Patreon. We announced earlier in the week that we're making some changes, shifting some things around, Patreon stuff, Discord stuff, how we're running our shows, all that kind of thing. So you can check all that out as we do all the things. I need to make all the Discord changes. I haven't done that yet. I've got to go through and make a bunch of rooms and get rid of other rooms and all that kind of thing. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming on the Patreon from our new Mage show, the show that began yesterday, which is based on the World of Darkness Mage systems, but is a custom system that E mashed together because we wanted to play Mage, but it wasn't out yet. And it's not going to be out for years yet because they only just did VTM. They got to make Werewolf. That's taken 7,000 years. And only then will they do Mage. So we made our own Mage. We mashed together VTM and the previous edition of Mage, I can't remember what it's called, and made a system out of it, which is what we're playing on our Saturday show now. And there's a whole bunch of stuff coming. First of all, you'll get to access those rules. We posted them previously when we did a couple one-shots a while back, and you can check those out as well. But updates and tweaks have been made since then, so we'll be posting those again. You also get character sheets for our characters from the new show, and you'll also get a map of the world that we'll be posting as well, with all the details about all the places. He's made little info cards about everywhere, even some of the roads on the map. So there's a lot for me to blooming screenshot and compile, but you'll get it all soon, and in this coming week. We are also sponsored by Roll20. We use Roll20 for all of our shows. It's really convenient because it's, you can play pretty much any system that needs dice rolling or even cards drawing when you're playing online with friends. So it's what we use. There's a whole bunch of giveaway stuff we've been doing recently. Currently, we're doing giveaways of the VTM books for people, digital copies of them for people on Roll20, and you can check out our pinned tweets to see what our current status is of those. I think there might be one going at the moment, or they might have just finished yesterday. I don't know. Just check the pinned tweet, and you'll know more than me about how it's currently going. I lose track all the time, but it's always going on. Maggie keeps track of that stuff. That is, I think, the announcements. So we'll talk about how you can support us. Roll for It is able to do all the cool stuff that it does, have many awesome shows, and have many cool people on those shows thanks to your support on Patreon. Without Patreon, we would not have all the cool stuff that we do have. When we started off, we had one single show every week, and that was it. And then thanks to Patreon support, we were able to expand and bring more cool people in and all that kind of thing. So we always appreciate your support if you can support. Of course, if we always want people to look after themselves first, but if you got a bit of spare income, we wouldn't say no. We wouldn't be too unhappy about it. It would help us to do more cool stuff. There's a whole bunch of different tiers on the Patreon that give us a whole bunch of different rewards, including but not limited to MP3s of all of our shows, after shows we record after every show. We talk about what happens in the show and establish everyone's bacon preference. We get character sheets of all of our characters, enemy character sheets, and other GM things, notes, and of course things like maps and session plans and all that sort of thing. You can submit names for NPCs. You can watch the monthly recaps where the admins talk about the events of the previous month, how all the shows are going, and occasionally drop some hints on future plans. And if you're crazy, you can support at Legend tier, where you get to support an episode once a month, like Engine Seer Polonus did this time. And also, you can take part in a once monthly one-shot GM'd by a member of the Roll for It cast. It's just a private game that you get to be part of. It's not streamed or anything. It's just a little thing we organize in the Discord. I'm running one this month. I'm going to be testing out the quick start rules for the Avatar RPG that is being kickstarted into the stratosphere right now. which is cool. You can also support us in other places too. You can do the Twitch things, of course. You can drop us bits which appear in the cup. I forgot where the cup was for a second. I was like, oh god, it's gone, but it's there. It is still there. There's too many different overlays in my brain. I don't know where to look anymore. But you can drop bits in the cup, and they do a physics, and that's always fun. Occasionally, you can get a bit to spin for an entire episode in the cup, or you can have one like sitting on the invisible edge of the cup, which is fun. You can also give us give us tips which appear on the screen. Read them out at the end of the show to thank you for being awesome and supporting the episode. And of course, you can subscribe on Twitch, which gives you emotes and badges and immediate access to the VODs, because normally you'd have to wait 24 hours for us to upload them over on the YouTube. You can also support us on YouTube by by being a YouTube member. That gives you emotes and badges over there, and being a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter all give you access to the Discord. We can hang out with us and other fans of the shows and do all the things. Going to be a bunch of changes in there soon when I actually get around to it. I may do it during this episode, but there's going to be new rooms and stuff going on there. I think we're adding more role play rooms in and stuff like that, because people were super into the RP room for this particular show. They're still going. They're like they don't stop. They're like every time I check in there, there's like 50 more messages. Like people were going to like less than 12 hours ago. People were like going back and forth in there. It's great. Okay, you can also just support just by being here, just by showing up. You make the numbers go up and the algorithms go burr, and that means we go higher in rankings or something, probably. Who really knows? But it seems to help, and we appreciate as well whenever you press all the buttons and the bells and whistles around the particular player that you're watching in. Apart from the ones that say like unsubscribe and unfollow, don't press those ones, but you can press all the other ones. They'll probably help. Even dislike on YouTube, I think it's exactly the same value as a like, so it really doesn't make a difference. Just press one of those with the hands on it, and it'll work for us, probably. We prefer the like one, but to each their own. We also appreciate anyone doing clips. You can clip on Twitch and YouTube now, and we always love to see those. So press that button whenever cool stuff happens, and put a funny name on it, and it might end up getting tweeted out or something like that. We also appreciate, of course, just chatting. We always try and keep up with the chats and also the YouTube comments. So so please use those, and we'll try and read them all. But I think that's all of the things. So I'm gonna hand over to Sheepy, and we can get on with the insanity of today, where we, for the first time, there was a fake out once before, but for the first time for reals this time, we're playing the baddies. Yeah. Okay, actually, we're always playing the baddies. It's Warhammer, but this time we're playing like the baddies in the eyes of the Imperium.
I mean, surely to have baddies, you have to have goodies, right?
So yeah, that's the
is problem. Anyone really a baddie in 40k?
Yeah, everyone's just antagonists in 40k.
So, welcome, fellow orcs, to Katic. Essentially, you are all members of the Goth clan. For those people who don't know, the Goth clan are big fans of melee. They like to. They're usually the biggest, the strongest. They like their grenades. They generally like charge the enemy, chuck some grenades in, and then start hitting stuff until it stops moving. A very standard Orky tradition, but the Goths embrace it fully. Now, of course, not all members of a specific clan have to adhere to the standard. As far as I know, there's probably a couple people who may have some bigger guns and maybe a bit more shooty. That's perfectly fine. I'm just preparing it for the moment when all of the Warhammer fans come in and go, actually, they can't have a gun because they're Goths, and I'm like, no, that's not how that works. So to give you a little bit of setup for what your orcs have experienced and etc. You were in a giant meteor. You were part of a war. You were part of a war with the Imperium, having a nice little fight until eventually a lot of the bosses got together, kind of rammed their heads together, and they're like, there's a good fight over that way, so let's go. And you all kind of piled into these big rocks, shot them in the direction of the planet. Just recently, you landed down right in the middle of what seems to be absolute crap ton of Umis who need a right good kicking. Now, unfortunately, because your boys are a bit more shooty than smashy, you didn't get to go out with the first charge, because you have to get your guns sorted. You have to make sure, you have to go to the mech boy, make sure everything's working. And also, you're not much use when it's just a big kind of sprawling mass of limbs and people punching each other. So, like, you're going to be deployed in a little bit when people have stopped hitting each other and when it's time to do some less interesting shooting. So
the boring parts.
The boring parts. Also, additionally, you are part of the rock and the kind of, let's call it a war band, led by Grobgod, Wog, Deathblaster, Brugger.
That's a name.
Yeah, they all have names like that. It is very difficult. What I'll do for you is I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the Roll20 chat for you so that everyone can see it. There you are. That's his name. You have landed. And I will, there we go. You've landed there with that rock there. And it is basically the Katic rebel forces are to your on the map to your right. The Imperial forces, which technically until last episode you were a part of, are on the left. They're kind of entrenched and they've been fighting the Katic forces. Now you landed in the middle of them. There is a kind of ramshackle mini fort being put up by some of the mech boys and Gretchen, just essentially so that you have a base or a place to gather ammunition and body parts. But it's nothing kind of grand or spectacular. It's just a dump where you chuck shit until it's time to move out and get to the next fight. The only other thing is you do have a boss who's head of your outfit. His name is Skullboiler. And the things that you know about him so far is he likes to hit things. He's a lot bigger than the rest of you. He's kind of towers over you like a foot above or so. He likes to hit things. He's a fairly typical goth, a lot of melee combat enthusiast, etc. But he was put in charge of your group, of your squad, warband, whatever you want to call it, because he didn't let Grobgard saw his leg off.
That's it. Like,
yeah.
why did Grobgob want to saw his leg off?
So
was there a motive here, or was this all just in a vacuum?
So you have had minimal interaction with your boss. You do, however, know that he's a mad doc. Now, mad docs are big fans of surgeries and improvements, and there are times when the boss will just be like, "Oh, you get over here," and then just like ram a metal iron rod into their shoulder and just be like, "Perfect, dismissed." Yeah.
Okay.
As bosses tend to do.
Yeah, it's if you're looking for a reason, very often an orc's reason will be why not, and doubly so for the ones in charge. So for now, why don't we have a look at our raggedy warband, who are currently, oh god, it's always terrible when I say going through some downtime, but currently probably Skullboiler is like holding this squig in his hand and like squeezing it every now and then. It's got these like big pointy teeth. And every time he squeezes it, its mouth opens and it lets out a little squeak. Just kind of like looking at it, kind of bored and waiting for anything to happen. The rest of you are about to give you a little bit more info. You do have 3 other orcs with you in your group and another Gretchen assistant. The orcs are Brawlbro, Gitz, Crackbrain, and your fellow Gretchen is Egork. So I'll put them in I'll put them in the chat too, just so you can reference their names. So yeah, would anyone like to be the first person to introduce their characters?
I'll let our more experienced orcs go first.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Well, I can go.
Okay.
I'm going to be playing Guts, and he's a Gretchen. And the story.
Yeah, there you go.
Not high on the chain of authority.
That's my lot in life. Like, Guts focuses on the present moment because who knows? He's probably going to die very soon.
Gretchen mostly focus on just not getting kicked today. Can I avoid getting kicked in the next 24 hours? And then it's just whatever happens from there.
I heard that Guts actually has a very extended family of Luts, Ruts, Nuts, Butts. It's just the entire vocabulary of Ut's family in case he does die. It's always a replacement.
I have 50 different character sheets.
Yeah.
And you know what? I imagine that due to sharing basically almost the name with you, you get an extra dose of kicks often from Gitz, who is an orc in the squad who doesn't like the fact that your names are so similar. Because, fun fact, Sheepy had also called one of his orcs Guts, and he was like, oh shit, I better change it really quickly. I'll put an I there instead.
Love that. Love that for you.
Yeah, Eddie, who's up next?
Splat.
I would assume that it's probably me. Mike keeps passing the buck here. He's trying to avoid. He's trying to avoid his natural orcish responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm trying to Google orcs right now. Don't blow up my spot, Splat. Fuck.
Well, I'm gonna be playing Rago Rocktooth, and I've got me a shooter, and that's it. That's the entire character. His entire personality revolves around.
I've got a shooter.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Oh, he's got a shooter. And
like,
then that's
this is the depth of character, like, and this is digging deep into orc character, basically.
Shit, I gotta throw out these 3 pages.
Doomcracker was born to a small farm.
Yeah, I had both of his parents are alive. He's got he's got a loving family. He was drafted at the age of 1. I am playing Doomcracker, and Sheep has convinced me to take a snaz gun by saying, "You want a snaz gun?" That's it. That's the whole character.
That is the whole character. Just FYI, he is, for all intents and purposes, the squad's sharpshooter / sniper. Yes, we have an orc sniper. There you go.
You're welcome, team.
It's an imprecise talent, but one nonetheless.
Yeah.
Snaz guns are fun when they don't explode. So
I think orcs are an imprecise talent. Is what I've picked up so far.
Orcs are fun when they don't explode.
Yeah, that's you know what? I
It's a terrifying line to say.
Yeah, it's I would disagree, but literally in one of my previous 40k campaigns, I had an orc who exploded and took along about 1,000 other orcs with him. So
Jesus. Okay. All right.
So yeah, you're all kind of sitting around. This particular squig that Skull Boiler is messing about with, you will recognize as a face-eating squig. Essentially, the face-eating squig is a deep part of orc culture. It's a game you play. where essentially you get the face eater squig, you put it like this in front of your face, you open your mouth, the squig opens its mouth, and you slam it into your face, and whoever eats the other wins. And that's the game.
Is there like a rule book? Does it have a referee? This sport seems a little loosey-goosey.
Oh, yeah, no, that's it. It's you try and eat the squig before the squig eats you.
It's a real test of orchid. Is he currently playing the game, or is he like?
No, he's kind of like got it in his hand like this, and is like squeezing it, and it's squeaking a little bit as he's kind of, and it's like opening its mouth and like kind of chomping at him. It's got these big like razor sharp teeth. He doesn't look like he's actually going to initiate a game. It more looks like he's bored and he's considering death may be better than waiting around to fight.
Okay, I can understand that. I'm bored a lot.
And
Finn ate that.
Well, I was thinking about it, but if you prefer, you can have a go.
Well, I don't want to take a snack from you, but I'm famished, so yeah, I kind of sitting around here.
Yeah, all right. And then
he chucks it at you, and like it's like snash. It's like, you know, like snashing the air and like kind of tumbling towards you. You know what? Like let's give him a roll and see how, because his intention is to throw it so that it doesn't land on your arm and bite your arm off. But you don't know that that's what's going to happen. So let's
That's
give it
fine. My intention is to catch it.
Yeah.
You know.
So in that case, give me a athletics or acrobatics, probably less so. I'd say athletics would a mix of strength and, you know.
Okay.
Take a plus 20 because obviously it's
Okay. Where's strength? Athletics. Sorry, you said athletics.
yes.
Plus 20. Submit.
There we go. Yeah, it kind of tumbles towards you and looks like it's going to kind of land face first, like on you. But as it's tumbling, you kind of grab it by the arse and just you know, and then you've got it in your hand. If you don't want to play the game, you can always just eat it from the side or something, and you know. But
no, he grabbed it by the backside and he squeezes it so that the mouth opens.
Oh yeah, its mouth goes like
he comparatively. And it's like slowly, almost tormentingly, putting it towards his face.
Yeah, the squig is like struggling when it gets caught and is like squeaking, and then as you kind of like open your mouth, it like mirrors and it's slowly like opening its mouth as well as it's going closer.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna put it into my face and then just keep pushing my hand into my mouth.
A little bit from the left, Donecracker. You got him.
All right.
From the left. You got
Oh, my lad.
from
Go
the
on.
left.
Do it. You got this. You got this.
Oh, God, look, he's about to get bit in the face.
And the intent is, since my hand is on its ass, you so eloquently put, Sheepy, I'm just going to keep pushing the ass till it kind of goes inside, and that's the tactic for eating it. Eat it inside out, ass first, is how you guys write that down. Take a note. That's
And
how you eat it.
and Skull Boiler looks over and says,
Oi, Guts, get ready for a cleanup. Now.
Wasn't ready for that.
So in this instance, I'm gonna go for a strength.
Okay, I get
because the jaws are probably a bit bigger, but what essentially is going to happen is the jaws are going to like embed in your head.
That's fine.
And then because you keep pushing, you're basically it's gonna, before it has time to like clamp and eat your face. As long as you roll decently on the strength, you're basically gonna turn it inside out as you push it into your mouth.
Absolutely, that's the goal.
So let's get a strength. Let's get an athletics, dude. Plus 20 again.
Okay.
Oh,
Athletics plus 20. If I can do anything, I can catch and eat squigs. That's,
Yeah. So as I said, it gets kind of like, and you feel it start to put pressure, and you just push harder, and then it essentially like its teeth kind of turn inside out, and it turns inside out as you just kind of ram it inside out into your mouth with your fist.
Yeah, there's a moment where like you ever eat like a slice of orange and then you just have like the orange like smile. There's a where his hand is in his mouth and the teeth are folded backwards outside of it, and he takes his hand and goes.
That's the right proper technique right there. Look at that, Guts.
And he has made himself a puppet of a squig.
Now, that's some smart thinking right there, Doomcracker. Don't forget to chew.
You need help to push it in?
It helps if you just ram it like a I don't know, like a ram, I guess.
Yeah.
Like a thing that's like a rammy thing, Gut. You remember that.
What?
When you're ramming the squig in your mouth, you do it like a ramming type thing.
What? And if you imagine it was like if you take a ram.
Exactly. You know what he's talking about.
Yep.
Right, so, Guts, how's the boy's guns looking?
Like guns.
And he just aims a smack like at your head.
That's good, boss. That's good.
Let's have a little bit of a.
This dude does shoot you, right?
You can take a dodge on this. If he hits, but he's just basically going to take a swing. Oh, that's the worst of crits.
I think I jump into the swing.
You see the swing coming, but you don't know, like, you misjudge its trajectory. So you like dodge, but the dodge goes into the fist, and you just kind of like you go basically like heels overhead, like that. You don't take any damage from this because it's not a I'm trying to hurt you thing. It's a, you know, I'm trying to cause some pain and get you back to work type thing.
We'll go look at the guns and make sure they're in good condition.
Yeah, boss. Look
Look
at
at mine
the guns.
first. I'm right here. By proximity, you look at my gun first. Look at my shooter. Look at it. And then I just hold it for him to look at. I don't actually want him to take it. I'm taking the boss literally. Look at my gun.
Yeah. So you've got a death gun, right?
I do.
So what it essentially is like this big double-barreled kind of like contraption. There's bits like bolted on, and it's looking a little bit rusty, and it's looking a little bit worse for wear. And it essentially, like, it's got like a little shoulder mount, so you can, you know, hold it up there, and you can really hear. You've got like, you're not deaf in one ear, but you've got a, like, you spend a lot of your time listening. You know, the shooting's happening right there next to your ear, so it's kind of it can get a bit rough sometimes. Sometimes people have to shout in that ear.
What it really comes down to is that you've got to really listen to the guts
Yeah.
of the shooter as it's shooting to get in tune with it and really like hit your shots and properly murder. If
Oh
you're
yeah,
not
definitely.
properly intaking that sound, then you're not working properly.
So yeah, Guts. It looks like it could do with a tune-up. And actually, as you go forward and look at the other guns, they're in a little bit of disrepair, just purely because you did just fall out of the sky and crash land on a planet in a meteor.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean,
Do things to them.
Look at this spot of rust right here. I need you to buff this out.
I'm gonna buff this out real good.
That's what I like to hear. On your way.
mean, boys, like, a grot can clean your weapon, but you need a proper lad to look after it. So go take it down to the mech boy and make sure that they give it a right proper tune-up, because soon we're going to go out and we're going to stomp some oomies. I mean, shoot some oomies.
When he says shoot some humies, I just start spinning in circles with my gun going, here we go, almost like a trained response. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even like, it's almost like how your dog's mouth waters when he sees you pouring the food into the bowl. It's not conscious. I just start doing it via like a lifetime of training.
Yeah, and like
No, I'm going again. He's never gonna. Now it's gonna be for the next verse. Hold on. He's gonna be doing this for the next time until we're ready to go.
as you start going, a couple of the other boys,
it's like,
bro,
come on.
Rain,
It's
they're
like
all
a
like,
howl.
they're all like,
Come
Here we
on.
go. Here we go.
Oh, it's gonna start
Ducko,
again.
ducko, ducko, ducko.
No. You see what you did?
But I wanted to shout, here we go, and make all the boys make all the noise.
No, I know, but not.
Are we going or not?
No,
Yeah, we go.
but it's later.
Give me a gun.
I don't think that's a good idea.
But the boss said I bring the gun.
No.
The mech boy.
The boss said, fix the gun. He didn't say take the gun. He said fix the gun.
I said, you boys, take your guns down to the mech boy and get him tuned up.
Right. I got that part mixed up. We'll go
Right,
down.
so go
and
down.
We'll see the mech boy.
Yeah. Before I kick your asses.
You don't need no asses kick here, boss. We're on our way.
Moving.
so would you like to go visit the mech boy?
Yeah.
All right.
He
I'll,
seems bigger than me, and a big part of orc society is not
Mm.
getting smushed by people bigger than you. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm just gonna go with it.
It's a running theme in this crew, I think.
Skull Boiler is essentially close to being a knob. Now, this is the thing I have to tell people who don't know 40k that well. Knobs are essentially like officer class almost, I guess. They're a lot bigger, they're a lot stronger, they tend to be a lot more punchier, and essentially orc society is the bigger you are, the more in charge you are. And the more you fight, the bigger you get, and until eventually you find yourself in charge of a crap ton of orcs, and then you run off and attack a planet, as has happened here.
Perfect.
The basic setup of this kind of invasion is a lot of the humans on the world you were on were either dead or hiding, or like especially like hiding in trenches and bunkers and stuff. Like it's always fun to charge a trench, but ultimately when there's not that many of them, you have to go searching and it can take some time, and it's like,
Sounds like
why
fun, yeah.
why don't we just go to another planet? And there's a big fight happening over there, let's go over there. So a whole load of your bosses kind of got together and jumped in the rocks and headed to this planet. Now, just something you will know is you lost a lot of boys in the landing. Essentially, big crash, lots of fire, lots of blood and guts and whatnot. You got a decent number of boys, but you're very definitely outnumbered here. You've got two different sets of humans on each side of you trying to get through you to fight each other. Basically, you're happy as a pig in shit because you're orcs, and being outnumbered is fun. So, yeah, just so you know your situation.
Doomcracker. Which
Yeah.
side of the big rock was you on?
This side.
Okay. They put me on the top of the rock as it was coming in. I couldn't see the planet coming, so when it hit the planet, it was right good fun, right, mate? But like, me lower lumbar not feeling so good right now. I kind of wonder how the gits were doing it was on the front of the rock. Seems sort of wasteful that they put some on the front of the rock when it hit the planet, but like, I don't know.
Okay, so what I understand is that the rock it came in,
Right.
and it hit the ground, right?
Smash.
Right. And then if it had hit, all the shockwave would have come out and launched us all back, right? But what they do is
That would have been a right good fun ride.
Right. But what they do is they take a bunch of oak and put it on the front, and it hit right down, and it's like a pillow, right, for your head.
A big green pillow.
Right. But and it softened it so that it land and we jump off and we go right to wall, right?
Yeah.
If we launch, we gotta get together again. Get
You
together.
know, the bosses don't get enough credit. That's a real smart plan to use some of the smaller, weaker orcs as
Right.
like a landing pillow for the big invasion rock.
Yeah,
So that the
right.
rest of us could only have like slight whiplash damage done to our bodies.
I agree.
It worked really well for you, Ragga. You only fell through 3 grounds before you were stopped by a pile of orc bodies.
I only fell through like 3 layers of the rock. Just straight through. Last time we made a landing, I think I went through 5 or 6. Took forever for the mech boys to put me back together.
You're actually quite lucky because you landed on your head.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, it's the hardest part.
Only is that real?
It's the natural landing point.
Yeah.
How
Right,
come humans
right.
haven't figured this out yet?
Well,
Look,
they're not very smart.
you can stomp and you can crush with your feet, right? And you can rip and tear and punch and shoot with your hands, right? But your head taking up room for more legs and hands, I think.
You need your head to eat, though.
What is to eat if you could crush and kill and stab and slash and shoot and stomp? It's not.
What are you
And
eating
eat.
right now, Guts? How come you didn't share? I start trying to like reach into Guts's mouth to get what he has.
Yeah.
You got food?
It's like there's like a little leg hanging out the side of his mouth. It's
You
It's
better
like-
share, you little git.
it's
Oh, that's a good bit right there.
That's he left me the good part. And I take it and I eat it.
It's like one leg, and then the rest is just chewed bubble gum.
yeah, pretty much that's what it is.
Oh God.
Well, here goes my meal for the week.
Yeah.
In and out of game. No more eating after that description.
Eventually, like lugging your weapons. And just as a sidebar, Guts, like you can get your weapon checked out, but it wasn't part of the go get your weapons checked out. Just FYI. No one cares if your gun works.
It's a shame.
I know my gun. Eat it out.
Yeah. And then you get to the you get to like this little. There's a lot of clanging, a lot of banging, and just all that kind of crap. And you see he's got some kind of weird metal parts on him, just kind of like hammered on, almost like he took a piece of sheet metal, wrapped it around his shoulder, and then like screwed it into his body. And this is Clever Cleaver, who is a mech boy. He is responsible for upgrading, fine-tuning, and helping with just general helping with your weapons when needed. And he looks up and goes,
All right, boys.
Oh, clever.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just working on a new gun, right? Where it fires, get this, food.
So it's like a food shooter.
Well, yeah, it fires food, but the thought is, right, is if you take it and you fire it at the enemy, the boys, they're going to not just want to attack the enemy, but also eat them.
I mean, enemies do look kind of tasty, so you add a little bit of garnish and I feel like they go down right.
Yeah, two squigs, one stone.
I like it.
So, how can I help you today?
Boss said to come down here and get our shooters fixed.
Oh, what's wrong with them? Look perfectly fine to me.
I mean, it looked good to me too, but for whatever reason, the boss say, come on down and fix your shooter.
Yeah, a little like metal part of your gun like falls off and like clangs on the floor.
Oop, that part doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. That's fine.
We
Well-
said they were good looking. He said, "Bring
They
them."
are.
Right. All right then. Well, hand them over, and I'll make sure they're up to proper standards as what's needed and that.
All right, here you go. Here you go. Here we go. Here we go
No.
now.
Here
Here
we
we go.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
Again. We
And
just
he-
had this talk. We had this talk like right over there.
And
But
he,
it's so much fun.
he takes the gun and still chanting. He takes it over to his workspace where he picks up a big like lump of metal which looks like a hammer and just like starts going, here we go, bang, here we go, bang, here we
Here
go,
we go. Bang. Here we go. I don't have anything to bang,
No,
so I'm
you
just
don't-
saying the bang out loud.
Oh, you have
Hey,
guts.
in the bang pot.
I do have guts. I start banging guts against the wall.
You like
I
pick
grab
him
him
up
by
and
a leg.
you start using him as like a gong against the gong.
Sign it. Here we go. I'm holding him by one leg in front of my face, right? Here we go. Here we go. Sign it, guts.
God, you gotta say, say bang when he hits it. Say bang.
Where's the bang?
Bang.
Let's go.
God, no, listen. Oh, listen. Focus on the bang part, right? Just that. No, bang. You you're saying bang. No. Raga, hit him again.
I start getting more rhythmic. Here we go now. Here we go now. Like with emphasis on the G.
Are you proud of me?
Oh,
Dad?
hey, everyone looking for remix. Remix in it.
So, Raga, could you please roll me a d10?
Mm-hmm. I would love to.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, so you as Clever Cleaver passes back your weapon, it looks a bit sparkly. It looks quite shiny. It looks like he's kind of tacked on a few bits which you're not sure if they're needed, but it doesn't really do to question Mech Boys just because they know how this shit works, like, you know, inherently, and they tend to, like, this is the thing is, right? Like, you've had a couple of guns explode on you before, but up until that point, they work perfectly fine, so you can't really complain, you know? And, like, it only singed your face a little bit, and, you know, like, it's not like you lost anything permanently.
Oh, Clever, I think this might be your best work ever. That's a right flashy shooter right there.
Yeah, right. So, I've designed this to do more DACA. So, when,
Innovative.
yeah, as it goes, like every now and then, it'll go more, right? Now,
So,
don't,
like, from the previous Docker, it's gonna
Yeah.
be slightly, it's gonna be like extra bonus Dockers every now and again.
Yeah. This is like Def Gun 2, right? Now with 25% more DACA.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's,
So-
that's a good gun right there.
Now don't worry if bits fall off it. That's supposed to happen.
I would never question you, mate.
Right. Okay.
So
Where's 25?
basically, Splat. For every 2 degrees of success you get, you get to add 1 to your rate of fire. So basically, you can hit more as you fire more. The problem is every 1 you add to your rate of fire, another piece of your gun falls off.
Oh no.
So at some point, I have it here. At some point, it will literally just be like a trigger.
all my gubbins is gonna fall off.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what a 25% is, but hold on. Yeah, can you take this?
It's pretty simple.
What? No, but this is a
But you have one,
pretty
and then you have
snazzy.
another one, and that's
Okay.
25%. It's like double.
Can I have 25% more gun?
Yeah, sure.
This one,
Yeah.
no, what? Clever.
So you want
This
2
would-
guns? I got it.
This wood is pretty snazzy, though.
Yeah, no, I know. I made it, mate.
I just,
And I'm just gonna make it better.
just 25% more better.
Yeah, like double,
Alright. Double the better.
double better.
Yeah.
I can make it double better.
Oh,
What
oh,
about
right.
that? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here we
no,
go.
no, not again.
Oh, here we
A spoonful of DACA makes the Yumi go down.
The Yumis go
Go
down.
down. The
Oh, very
Yumis
fun.
go down.
This is
I
a
don't
common
know
song.
that. I don't know that. That's a new. I didn't get that one.
I'm ashamed of myself. Please roll
You
me a
should.
please roll me a D10,
Alrighty.
Doom Cracker.
Six.
Okay. Okay. So Doomcracker, as he hands your gun back,
Yeah.
Right. So, I've seen some of those Umis, right? And they have these really nice guns that
Right.
fire shit that explodes. So I thought, why not do the same thing, right?
Right.
Like, what's better than a bullet, except for a
Exploding
bullet
shit.
that's also a grenade, or kind of a grenade.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
right. Now, the problem is, well, it's not even a problem. It's not really anything really to worry about, you know? It's
Right.
just, like, every now and then, your gun might explode. I mean, and that's not a problem, because it's not going to happen, but if it does, you let me know and I'll fix it.
Now, question for you.
Yeah.
Say I'm out there. Daka, right? Dude,
Yeah, Daka.
Dude, yeah, no, right.
Dugga,
dude, the whole
dugga,
thing.
dugga.
Right. And the gun explodes.
Yeah.
Can I keep on shooting it?
I don't see why not.
Great.
I mean, if you've got fingers left, then go for it. Should work.
Great. Now, okay. Now,
Yeah.
wait.
Right.
One more question.
Yeah, one more.
Say I lose all my good shooting fingers, right?
Yeah.
Can I take the bullets, right,
Right.
and throw them like grenades?
If you haven't got any fingers, mate, how are you gonna throw them?
What I'll do is I'll take my knobs, right, and I grab guts.
Well, you could put
have
them.
him
You could
throw-
put them into guts and then throw guts, maybe.
Right. Okay.
I'll tell you what. You wait right there. I'll just knock something up right quick for you, just because it's not going to happen. But if it does, just in case,
Right.
your fingers explode because it could happen, but it's not. And
He goes off, and you hear like this whirring, like a and like ting ting ting. And
Guts will try to hide. I don't like this talk of like filling me up with explosives.
It's a hard life for a Gretchen in the world of orcs.
yeah, it
You
really
did
is.
this. You said I would
It's like-
like to play this.
Oh yeah, no, Guts would be happy to replace, Doomcracker's hand as his fingers.
Yeah.
Like I thought that would have been the plan, but then you said shove explosive down my throat and then
I mean
throw
that
me.
that was the plan until the idea to shove grenades down your throat and throw you became the better plan.
God damn.
Obviously, I have to go with the better plan here. I think you can understand that. I think you can sacrifice for the team, Simon. Don't be selfish.
And then he comes back with this like little contraption. Essentially, it's like a flat plate with like a stick arm thing with kind of like a flat, look like kind of like a it looks a little bit like a catapult. And he goes,
right, this here is designed for you to use with your mouth. So all you got to do is get the bullets, put them in your mouth, don't eat them because then you'll explode. But that
Put them in like teeth so that it has theatrical
Yeah,
value.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then you spit them out into there, and then you see that little button right there. You hit that with your tongue, and it'll fling them. Fling them.
All right.
Get ready for that to get a gift.
It's not even the worst one that I have, so it's fine.
And that'll fling them. And then if it doesn't explode when it gets flinged or in your mouth, then it will hit the enemy and get exploded. But it won't go very far. So,
Got it.
Got-
Close range. Yeah.
worst comes to worst. Just give the bullets to Guts and make him run at the enemy, and he'll probably explode on the way.
Great.
Or if he gets to him.
Yeah. That's fine.
So essentially, you have +2 to your already stated damage.
Great.
So you see where it says I can't remember what the snaz gun is, but I think it's like 2d10 plus 2 or something. I can't remember.
I don't actually see one on here. So
It is in the Discord.
oh.
It is 2d10.
Oh, I
exactly.
see. I see. There was a table involved that
Yeah.
I don't read.
And the funny thing about it is its penetration is a 1d10 every time you shoot it. It's randomly different levels of penetration. Snaz guns are fun and interesting. They do explode by themselves, and your mech boy has kind of made it worse.
That's fine.
So you'll be rolling. It'll be 2d10 plus 2.
Okay. Okay. All right.
The only problem is not only will it now overheat, it also has a chance to explode randomly and for no reason. And like parts of it will explode and everything. So just again, keep that in mind.
I won't. But
Yeah,
thank you
that's
for
fair.
trying. Yeah. Cool.
And he kind of absentmindedly looked down at Guts.
What you want?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah?
The whole pass.
What's that? Is that your blaster?
That's my Daka.
And it's like just like a rifle butt
Yeah.
with a cannon duct taped to it. There's no trigger, there's no nothing. It's just
It's almost like a blunderbuss.
yeah. That doesn't
Or
fire.
clever.
That doesn't shoot.
Clever. Look, mate. He's got his little shooter.
Yeah.
And, like, if you don't work on his too, he's gonna feel left out. So, like, just take it back over there, make some bang noises, and then bring it back. Otherwise, we're gonna hear about it all the way down. And then, whenever I grab him by his leg and I smash him, he's not gonna make the good noises because he's gonna be in a bad mood, mate. Come on.
No,
help me
yeah,
out.
come on. Give it me, Gus. Come on. Give it. Give it. Give it. Give it out. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh.
Bark. Bark.
It's never ending over out here. Not even going anywhere.
So
Same place.
Gus, you are not going to be rolling a d10 because I know exactly what your gun is going to be doing. He brings it back after a few minutes. He's been. You hear a lot of like, and then ting 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 ting, and then like rah, like random noise. It sounds like a sheep. You're not really sure what that is. And then he brings it back, and it is essentially your gun. You know, the same kind of blunderbuss aesthetic, and still has no trigger, but there is a there's a little hand crank on the side of it now.
What's that for?
Right, so what you do is you crank it, and then it shoots. Now, the interesting thing about this is, I'm not 100% sure what it shoots, so it's going to be a surprise for everyone.
Do it play a little song when he turns the crank?
Yeah.
Like, fucking obviously, yeah.
So Guts is going to start cranking
Why
it,
wouldn't it?
like absent-mindedly, just cranking it. And then, don't do this at home, kids. Look down the cannon to see what's in there.
I get it.
So
Don't do this.
So
Curious little thing,
you crank it first.
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically go. Do you crank it like that first and then look into it?
Yep.
Okay, so before you look into it, please roll me a D7.
A D7.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank God for roll 20.
No, you
What
just
the
take a
hell? Oh,
D14
six.
and roll half of it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely. 6.
Okay. So as you kind of like as you get to as you get to cranking, you hit a point where it just like snags and it's like da 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 da, and you kind of like wrestle with it for a second and then yank it and it just fucking missile flies out the top of it and just goes like
He's
flies
got a rocket.
and hits one of the like scout guard towers and just fucking demolishes it. And the orcs in there are like there's a big explosion. He goes,
Boy, that happen every time.
Well, blow me down, it fires rockets, I didn't know that.
I hide between Ragus' legs.
do you just put the gun over you and just hide it in the blunderbuss?
And I'm just gonna like try to be inconspicuous as much as possible. I don't.
You know,
I've
mate,
committed a war crime.
Well,
I was just saying you should make, some minor cosmetic changes to the gun. But that right there, that's probably useful.
so I'm not gonna lie, cause you boys are my mates, right?
Right.
I can't remember what I did to that gun. So I kind of blacked out, and then I woke up and I was like, oh, Gorkin hell, there's the gun there, and I gave it back. So apparently I made a rocket launcher. So
I know the
Yeah.
feeling. Or
Write
if I
that
do
down.
much fungus beer sometimes, the same thing happens to me.
well, There you go. So, congratulations. I don't know where he's gone.
I don't remember
don't
some
know,
of my best
I don't see him.
ideas.
Yeah.
So it's good. My best ideas I can't remember. So it's a pretty good one there. Write that down.
Turn
What's
two
writing?
into rocket.
When you
So
squeeze something till ink comes out of it.
Guts, what you actually have here is a roulette jack-in-the-box.
Love that.
Every time you fire, roll a d7, and it'll be like solid projectile, las, rockets, mortars, flame. Could be anything.
Let me see if that works. Yeah, it actually rolls a d7 if I change the stats.
Oh, okay.
So it's not hard-coded to do d10 automatically. So
Yeah.
yeah, whatever damage I do is like the number
Is
of the d7.
number on the d7. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Welcome to Mech Boys and orcs in general. It's just, you know.
All right, lads. Guns seen to. Everything looks good. If they explode, come and tell me. Although you'll probably be dead, so this is why I never get any complaints. Have a good one.
So if I
See
start
you later,
raining,
mate. And then we walk out. I walk out anyways. I can't
I'm gonna
speak for
give you
everyone else.
rating on Yelp later.
I'm still hiding in the gun, so I will go in a random direction until I hit something solid.
Roll me a d10.
I'm just a little cartoony Gretchen. 2.
All right, you keep running for a little bit, and then you hit a wall.
Oh,
You are now at the edge of this little kind of like fortress area. It's all basically scrap metal and bits of rock, maybe. Essentially, the second that the rock fell and meteored, all the debris was turned into this kind of like enclosure place, like trash heap, essentially. You hit a wall on the edge of one of them. You're quite far away, and there's lots of orcs wandering about that you don't know. And one of them kicks you, like absent-minded. It doesn't even look at you. It's just walking past you and just kicks you. You gotta go flying and like nose in the dirt and just.
I think for sake of timing,
Yeah.
I'll land wherever Raga and Doomcracker were going.
Okay.
Oh, Doom, have you seen
Yeah.
Guts? Well, I don't think he came with it. Oh, there
You know,
he is. Never
I
mind.
saw he was inside of a gun. I think he was trying to make himself into a tiny bullet and crank himself out and fire himself like a rocket, and then
It's always a good idea to crank yourself out every now and again.
you know, I feel like that right before we go. Right before we go.
We
gotta
go?
No,
We go?
no.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Fuck. This is gonna be for death for me.
There are 3 words we're not allowed to say.
I just like how no matter where they get me going on a howl, there's always orcs around that are also like, I want to be a part of this. And they just enthusiastically, like, independent. You can look around and see we're not in a battlefield right now. It's just
Yeah,
independent
no.
of location.
Yeah,
It's just,
we're not going anywhere. We're just shouting.
They're just so excited.
Yeah,
They're excited
and-
to be included.
In
Yeah,
fact, we've only moved 25% further than we were before.
you will randomly hear like exclamations of like
Whoa, and shouting and all that kind of thing.
it's like it's a cacophony. Like for the most part, you can hear the sounds of battle in the distance. But very often there's like shouting and fighting and cheering and yeah, all the sounds of rowdy people or rowdy orcs who just want to fight but haven't got to it yet. One very fun part of orc lore is the orcs are perfectly capable of taking over the entire galaxy with their with the current numbers and everything, but they're too stupid and they like to fight each other too much, and they're just not organized, so it never happens.
It's a self-equalizing system. When they run out of people to fight, they fight each other.
Yeah. So every time they start to do really well, they run out of people to fight, and they just start fighting each other, and then they like cull their numbers and.
That seems like a reasonable outcome.
Yeah, makes sense.
Listen, it's better than being a Tau, all right?
Yeah.
It's a happy
Alright,
existence.
So where are we going now?
Here we go. Here we go.
No, I didn't even say anything. That was
Just
all
like a
you.
random horse walking past you.
No.
I think we go back to the boss. I think that's
What?
where we need to go.
All right. I'll buy that.
Guts,
Guts,
go in the
he
tent
coming.
first, though. Sometimes he's in like a punching mood.
We'll send Guts in first.
Yeah,
If it gets kicked back out, we wait.
No bosses are taking meetings right now.
Right, yeah, we wait 25% longer than we were before.
25%.
I like that. I just learned that over there, and I like it a lot.
Which, as everyone knows, is double the amount
It's
you were
double
going
the
to.
amount
Yeah.
of time. Right, of course, yeah.
It feels like a useful piece of arithmetic information.
Yeah, no, it smells nice as well. Aromatic,
5%?
right? Yeah, no, it's aromatic, right? It's
Aromatic.
like aromatic.
It's clear I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm just repeating what he's saying because
Yeah.
I want to be included.
I mean, it's very clear that you're just making up words at this point.
Was it not clear before?
Oh no, it was clear.
Okay. All right, great. Just want to make sure it's been established the entire time.
Boy,
So you
go in the tent first. You go in first.
Guts, yeah, go.
I
Show
had
him-
the boss.
show
I heard
me
he has
your
a
gun.
surprise for you. It's a good surprise, like something to eat and what's tasty.
Yeah, tell me about the rocket.
are you going in first, Guts?
I'm just gonna look at the two orcs
Yeah.
and with my eyes
Hmm.
just plead, do I have to? It's
I
just
have my
like puppy
def gun
dog
on my
eyes.
shoulder. I slowly aim the def gun down at him.
a bit falls off.
Raga.
Don't worry about it.
Clank.
It still shoots, you little git. You go first. I'm not getting kicking because the boss is in a bad mood.
All right.
Then as you're about to walk in, out of the flap flies Egork.
Hey, Igor! Yes. Will you do me a favor?
What's that?
I left some of my food in the tent. It's yours if you want to go grab it.
Oh, lovely, thank you. He like turns round and like runs back into the tent. 2 seconds later,
I didn't find it. Think the boss is out of kicks.
So I'm gonna stroll in.
Right. That's good thinking right there.
I mean, you've got 2 feet, 2 kicks. That's how it works, right?
I mean,
Then you're
not
all
wrong.
tapped
You
out.
will about the elimination process of aggression. That's good thinking right there.
and unless the big boss finds you and decides you need more feet, in which case you have 25% more kicks.
or
Which,
25
as everyone knows, is double the kicks.
Yeah.
Oh, you little bugger. Oh,
I'm not the other one. I'm not the other guy.
oh, it's you, Guts. Where's Igor?
Mark and Gunther are outside. I'm here to announce their presence.
Right.
What boys?
When I hear that, I go in. Oi, oi, boys, look, we got all new shooters, so when we go to fight the Yumis, and I'm just like randomly like lasering everything in the room with my gun, just like pointing at everything and like, "Dagga, dagga, dagga, dagga. This is a proper right shooter right here, that clever. He knows how to build one."
Doom is still outside, and he closes the tent for a second, looks around, and goes,
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
Here we
god
go.
damn.
Okay. I just gotta get that out of my system.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Like,
I was
It's all-
hoping
it's all
none
right.
of you.
Orcs run it like randomly outside. Like they can't even hear you, but they just feel that vibe, and they
feel
just
the
start
presence
they just
happening.
start chanting.
And he opens the door, the flap.
And yeah, it's like Doom is like kind of whispering it to himself, and he can't even see the orcs that are chanting. He just looks around like, where the fuck did that come from?
I just hear it on the wind.
Yeah.
It's the war of our ancestors just coming in like spirits.
And so you walk into.
Boy, boss, look at this. Hold on. I gotta get.
yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's
Now
cool.
that is
25.
fucking snazzy.
That's right. It's 25% more guns than it was before.
What's that mean?
It means 2 times as much.
Well,
Like 25%, if you can imagine.
I mean, I wonder now if I should take my chopper down to Clever and be like, can I get another chopper? And then maybe you have 2 heads instead of 1, because I've heard that's better.
Right.
25.
If you say you get 25% more, maybe because you are who you are, right? You're a boss, right? And you say to them you want 2 25% mores.
Right, so that would be like 6.
Times more, yeah.
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 All right. Well, it's something to think about at the very least. Anyway, for now, I need you get all the boys round, and I'm gonna go tell you what we're gonna do and who we're gonna do it to. All right?
Right.
All right.
Bugger
I
off.
go outside the tent flap right away,
Yeah.
and I just start discharging my def gun into the air. Boys, it's right socket time! We's cropping!
Whoa.
That was so fast.
No, none of the orcs responding to you are in your squad, but you get a whole load of excited orcs like gathered, crowded around you, being like, "Whoa!"
Whoa!
I don't think any one of those is ours.
It don't matter. Green is green.
All right. I can't find any argument with that. Hey, boss,
Yeah. What?
we're ready to go.
Here we go. Here we
Here
go.
we go,
Here we go.
go.
Oh, now you got me doing it. What?
And the boss comes out of. Sorry, every time we do it, chat goes nuts. It's very distracting. The boss, sorry, name, Skullboiler comes out of the tent and kind of puts his hands on his hips, like surveys the probably about 30 to 40 orcs who are just kind of around and kind of chanting and having a laugh. And there's about 5 orcs in your squad. So he's like,
Who this thought?
We upgraded the squad. It's 25% more squad than it
You
was
say
previously.
get the kids.
I say get the boys, because I need to do one of those things where I tell you what we're gonna do. Look, all you lot, piss off and go fight or go die. I don't really give a shit what.
So, there seems to be some level of confusion here. Which specific boys did you want me to go and get?
Our
Because,
boys,
like, I thought
our
that you just
shooters.
meant boys in general.
No. You know what? That is an understandable mistake to make. I was not specific.
I thought
I
so.
appreciate your mercy in this regard because
It
I
is
feel
all
quite
right,
the
Ragnar.
same way.
and then his hand like lands on your shoulder. It's like this big meaty like.
Ragga,
Yeah, boss.
And his head just goes whoop, and
No!
slams into your
No!
nose.
Oh, me snores!
get the boys, Ragger, the shooters. Now.
I'll go get him.
All right, Guts. Now, what I need you to do, and he like reaches down and just picks up Guts by the head. All right, now what I need you to do is I need you to sit. Raga, stop flailing about. Sit right here. And he puts him on his shoulders, so his hands are on it. So his gun is on Raga's head. Now, guide him to the boys. You got to be his eyes. Can't see.
Pull on me ears when I need to turn.
Yeah, like reins, right? Grab this one if he needs to go.
Are you trying to make this a mirror episode?
Just yank on him if he needs to turn to that direction over there.
Oh, how the turns
other
are
side.
tabled.
Humans would never think of a plan this cunning or brutal.
So yeah, Guts, you are now driving.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Ragga.
You're welcome, Simon.
I've been thinking the whole episode so far, like I need to find a way to climb on one of you two
Just there you go, buddy.
and be the halfling.
Don't worry, I got you.
It's unless you want to lead him, unless you
No,
want to
but-
lead him wrong intentionally. There's
the thing is-
a squig pit, attack squig pit over there.
No, I won't. Look, the thing is if I do and he survives, I'm dead.
Yeah, no, that's
It's
very true.
all in my like self-preservation interest to not have Raga die. However, orc ears are kind of small, right?
Oh, yeah. Well.
Can I take like 2 sticks and plug them in his ears so I
Yeah,
have like
absolutely, yeah.
actual handles? Okay, cool.
So you
Jam
hear
your-
this kind of like
Jam your tiny
splot.
fingers in there.
couple of pops.
Oi! What was that? I heard some liquid. I heard like running water.
It was the sound of your blood coming out of your nose.
Oh, all right then.
Can you hear?
Sounds feasible.
And you basically get steered like with two, like a till, off to pick up the boys. The other boys are just kind of sitting about with their weapons once you let them know that the boss wants them. Pretty simple thing for them. Kind of like shoulder their weapons and trot off with you back to the boss, who is sitting there waiting.
Right.
But I found him.
Yeah, I see that.
All right.
So boys, now, we's about, now, bear with me, we's about to go, but before we's go, I've got to tell you about what we're going to and what we're going to do. Now, obviously, we're going to shoot some stuff. Proper Dakar.
Right.
Sorry, the British in me wanted to go right proper Dakar in it, which isn't that orky.
If it makes you feel better, the not British and the rest of us also wants to do that.
Right, we're gonna do some right proper Dakar in it, mate.
In it.
And
In what?
No, in it.
That. What it?
What?
Well,
I said, with DACA in it. What's the it?
The it is like the
No,
it.
no,
It's
no,
like
you see,
all the things
you're-
that you docker.
You're saying DACA in it, right? I'm saying DACA in it.
Right.
It's
Docker,
different.
and You see what he's saying, Guts.
Different.
No.
I don't know how we can explain this better, to be honest.
I don't know if you can't see the difference there. I don't know how you can be the eyes or the ears of Raga if you can't see the difference in it.
My eyes is
Oh.
feeling better. They's a little watery right now. It's not tears. It's just he hit me so hard that it compressed me skin and made it a little liquid. But my eyes is
think
working
it's-
better.
I think it's
Take
blood
you
coming out
order
of
if
your
you
eyes.
like.
It's eye blood, from what I understand.
So, boys, what we's up against, right?
Right.
Few different type of Umis. So, boys come back, tell us what's been going on. You got these one set of lads, right, who mostly dress in green. They seem to be pretty hard fighters, don't mind a bit of a scrap, but not too hard or anything like that.
Right.
So that's his description of the 21st, the hard hides.
Now, the other thing you got is you got these slightly bigger ones. They like to walk about with big old bits of metal strapped to them and whatnot. And they quite like getting in close, having a bit of a tumble. So, if you see any of them lot, just keep in mind, they're always up for a scrap.
Right.
And that's the Iron Brigade of Faith.
Now, and this is one for you, Doom, because if you see any of these little buggers, I want you to stomp them, right?
Right.
They got these other ones, little smaller, much more annoying. They pop out randomly and shoot you from all over the battlefield, and you never know where they're gonna be, and when you go where they are, they ain't there.
Like
That's just not
guts.
proper orky.
Right. It's like they ain't even gawking orcs.
Right. I don't like that.
Right, so
No,
you see them,
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
you see any of them, you take them down, because they're right little runaway rickies.
Jesus Christ, Chief.
I didn't know what my brain was going to come with there. Not happy with it.
We had to live in a world where you said that now. Thank you
Yep.
for that. So,
Yep. So that's his description of the 12th Lightfoot for you.
oh, God damn it.
Now, there's two others. One of them's, they have these big shovels, and they hit you with them. If you get them close enough, they tend to hang around off behind the where the fighting is, like they're cowards or something. So wouldn't even bother with them. They're not really worth it. Plus, they taste kind of funny.
They don't even
and-
taste good. Why are we even fighting them if they don't even taste good?
I mean, a shovel isn't really a weapon. If I think it doesn't seem so bad to get hit by.
Dude, anything's a weapon if I hit you with it, mate.
Right, but they're not you, right? So if they
Look,
hit me
I mean, look
with
at
a
this.
weapon,
And he goes and he like picks up a kind of weird triangle of metal and then smacks you around the face with it.
See? Weapon. It's not even a shovel.
you're right. I stand corrected.
Yeah, well, you live and you learn, or I kill you and you don't. So, yeah, those boys, not even really worth tangling with, but if you see them, kill them anyway, because fuck them.
Why not? Yeah.
So that's the 1-4.
Now, finally, there's one set of boys who, I don't know what to say about them. They're not very fun to fight, to be honest. They march at us, we smash them down. They march at us more, we smash them down, and they're not any fun. They fight back, not very hard, and we kill them, and that's about it.
Are they trying to die?
I mean, I don't see why you would when there's a nice, good fight in front of you.
Right,
As far as
yeah.
I can tell, they might be some kind of like zombie or some kind of thing, where it's just like they're dead and then they're like partially dead, you know. I don't know.
Right.
As far as I can tell, they're not thinkers like us. Like they can't really think.
Matter of fact, I think I have an idea. Right?
Right.
If we go back just a little bit ago and you said anything is a weapon in your hand, right?
Yeah.
If we apply the same sort of line of thinking here to everyone else around us, while not nearly as big or strong as you, anything could be a weapon in
Right.
our hand. Now,
Yeah.
say we find these zombies, as you call them, right? And then we fucking hit them until they die, right?
Right.
And
I
then
mean,
we
yeah.
can pick them up, right? And now we have 25% more weapons than we had previously beforehand. Because anything in our hand is a weapon, right?
The math checks out.
I mean, that's just standard. You know, when your gun run out of Dakar,
Right.
what you do?
Pick up a dead body.
No, you hit them with your gun.
Right. But now if there's dead bodies around of these guys who
But
worked
you got a
for
gun. Hit them with your gun.
2 hands,
That is a good point.
25% more.
Yeah. All right.
So that's his description of the Evergreen Legion, and he doesn't know the other lot because they never know the other lot.
So, everyone understand everything?
No!
Gus,
Right.
what don't you understand?
Everything.
Who do I point and shoot at?
Igork, what not?
Alright.
I don't mind that.
Wait, what?
No problem with this plan at all.
I have to ask: are you pointing and shooting at Igor?
That's about 25%
Ah.
less.
Yes, I've been told by an
24%
orc
less
to do
eagle.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been told by an orc to do something. I'm gonna do the thing.
Okay.
I probably fail. Oh no, I succeed. Barely, but I succeed.
Okay.
And it's gonna be 4, whatever that means.
Okay.
I want to apologize to my fellow players if I explode all of us by killing a
I
Gretchen.
mean, you might explode the boss too, and then we're all in good
Sure.
shape because nobody's gonna headbutt us in the face.
Shortest episode in history.
So, this like thin line of water, like a you know you get the clown flowers and you go to smell them, and it just like and like a stream of it and hits Igor in the face. And he's like, what is that?
Thought your gun shot out rockets.
I
Which
think my
then
gun's broken.
which then ignites, and
Oh,
a
shit.
huge stream of fire flies from your gun onto Igor and lights him on flame, and he goes up like a bonfire. He's like,
Oh, that's some right proper dogger right there.
That's a bit of a delay reaction, I think. Right.
Look at Igor, he's on fire, stupid kid.
Well, there's only one thing to do about fire. Kick it in, lads.
Kick it in, boys.
Kick it in.
Just kick it in.
That's not even a chat.
Kicking
That's you're just
Igor.
saying. You're just loudly yelling things.
all the other three boys like run towards Igor and just start stomping on him and the fire.
I stomp too.
Yep.
I like to be a part of social excursions like this.
Oh, yeah,
See,
yeah.
Guts
It-
now. This is a learning
a-
experience, Guts, because he's very easily could have been you right there, right? So just think about that before you say anything in the future.
Ever.
Because it turns out we all just learned a very valuable lesson right now, right? Is that you're flammable. So just think about that.
Okay.
So,
Like half of what you said, he did not understand.
Perfect.
so I've got good news, Guts. Seeing as I've lost my assistant, you're now going to fill that role. So good for you. You're working for me, and you get a squig whenever you want to eat it, and a punch whenever I feel like hitting you. So, well done, you. Only thing I'll say is try firing that gun again. I'll rip your head off. Until I tell you
Promotion.
to. Until I tell you to.
Oh, did Gus just get promoted?
I think he did.
Oh, congrats! I slap him on the back.
I fall down his shoulders.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm a little-
you fall on the ground, and like there's just the crispy stomped remains of
Mhm.
Igork, which is just like blinking slightly and crispy. Yeah.
In typical Gretchen fashion, I loot him.
Yeah. Honestly, there's not really anything left of him. He was accelerated quite efficiently, and then anything that was left over was crunched into oblivion by 4 different orc boots.
Yeah.
You know what? Roll me a
I-
scrutiny. Take a plus
Okay.
20.
Because there was another thing I might do to him. But I'll start with the scrutiny with like 2.9 degrees of success. It's a crit actually.
Yeah. You know what? They're not amazing because generally you want orc teeth, but he's got a few leftover teeth that you could just kind of
Teeth.
yeah.
I'm rich. I'm rich. Damn it! I quit. I'm gonna open my own army.
No, you're not.
Oh, you know.
All right then.
What's that you got there, you little runt?
I got teeth.
Oh, beautiful. Hand them over.
Why?
Because they're mine now.
I don't like working for you.
I'll hand the teeth over.
And
This is really learning how much orc society sucks for Grots and Gretchens.
Yeah. And he looked.
I would like to take this moment here to remind you about our previous conversation in which we discovered that you are flammable.
And he looks at them and he's like, he kind of sneers.
he's like, they're not even proper orc teeth.
And just throws them over his shoulder.
See that? You were trying to quit and they weren't even proper orc thieves.
That you got to properly diversify your assets. That's what Clever says.
So how's it feel to be Baldric, Simon?
It's awesome.
It does kind of make me want to play a Gretchen, just we did discuss, by the way, Simon playing a Snotling, and then I looked into the Snotlings and found out that there are no single Snotlings in Only War. They come as a herd, like a group of Snotlings. And Simon's a great role player. I don't think he can play a herd of Snotlings. I don't think anyone can.
That would be very hard.
Be interesting for sure.
It sounds to me like he doubts your power, Simon.
I can barely do
Challenge.
one voice.
It starts to grate on the old vocal cords, doesn't it?
It's not so bad, but I realized that the voice I'm doing right now doesn't sound the same in English than when I use the same voice and I play in French. It's clearer in French for some reason. Like my throat's
this
all
one's
contracted.
still great.
Yeah, but like
Mama.
No, it sounds the same.
is this supposed? Yeah, okay. Maybe it's
Yeah.
just me.
So
All right, boys. We's about to be off. So, grab anything you need. Get ready. And we're gonna go. And we're gonna fight.
Sounds like a plan to me, boss.
Right.
Shoulder me, shooter. Let's get to it. There's enemies for crumping.
Right. Well, I'm gonna get my gear together. And then we'll meet back here in 25%, alright?
Right. 25%.
I don't think that's how that word is used, but
Listen, he's the boss.
who
I
am
just agree with him.
disagree?
Otherwise,
Right.
look at my nose right now. You see how it does that
It's
ziggy
kinda
zaggy thing what
flattened
it
and,
used to
Yeah,
do.
right.
It goes
I-
like this. It used to go in a straight line.
I
That's
have
why
a-
I agree with the boss.
I have a this way shape on the side of me head.
Hmm.
I get it. No,
And like,
I'm here
Guts is
with
gonna
you.
get his head bitten off at some point. There's just no way around that. I mean, congratulations on your promotion, but like, the boss seems to go through a lot of assistance. That's all that I'm saying.
I would hate to see him go, but I would reckon I would like to see him go that way.
Or Guts, can I have your little shooter when the boss eats you? I want to keep it as a keepsake of your memory.
Pick your teeth with it.
Do you think that he will eat just the head of Guts or the entire thing?
Boss is pretty big. I feel like he could eat the whole thing. I feel like he could get it. Like, if I take him and I pick
Right.
up Guts real fast, and I'm like comparing him to like the size of my mouth. You see, yeah, I think I could get the whole thing in my mouth, and the boss is like twice as big as me. So I think the boss could definitely do it.
You have to angle it slightly, but you can just about fit his head inside your mouth. And it kind of like scrapes with teeth and stuff, Guts. But you're
See, I'm saying because Guts, right, he's part of our team. We think what he would eat the head and then give the rest to us for eating, or like to commiserate for him being on our team and everything, or would he just take the whole thing and say, "Deal with it, boys"?
I feel like the boss is much more predisposed to just telling us to deal with it. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think so as well.
and you hear from the boss's tent.
Oi, Guts.
Oh, off you go. And put
Sorry
Guts
about
down.
that, Guts.
On my way.
I wish you the best of luck.
Gork speed, little one.
And you run into the tent.
Yeah.
Immediately presented with a fist that smacks you and hits you immediately out of the tent, and you go flying through the flaps and land at Raga and Doom's feet.
That was very fast. What do you have to
He had
say
that
as a
Gork
message?
speed. That's why I said Gork
You're
speed
right.
to you, little
You're right.
one. There you go.
I think I got fired.
Guts, come in here, you little...
Raga, it comes to my attention that we may need to procure ourselves another Guts.
I think he's got family members in this war. Like, I think there's more of them around. Like, I think that one that we done gave a right proper stomping to, I think that was like his cousin or something.
All right, so we just find one and just take it.
Yeah, just grab him by the leg and be like, "Oi, you with us now." And then he's not gonna question. He's a Gretchen. What's he gonna do?
You're not wrong. I'll keep an eye out for it.
Right.
There's Gretchen wandering all over the place.
We have to wait to see if Guts dies or comes back.
Oh,
First.
I thought you just wanted a backup, Guts.
We gotta find one, so we just see one, and that's the one. I'm gonna take that one, which I assume looks like all the rest of them.
Yeah, pretty much. So Guts, you run back in the temp.
I was summoned.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Guts, there you are. You took your time.
I was indisposed for a moment.
I don't know what that means, but all right. So, as you know, we're gonna go bashing some Umis. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what you gotta do is go.
No.
Well, I'm about to tell you, Guts. So if you'll listen.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is, I want you to go visit Flip Flap over down at the squig herds, and I want you to pick up a few squigs for us to eat on the way, a little bit in the ways of supplies, you know?
Okay.
So you're gonna go and
Gonna grab a snack.
from
Flim flam.
Flip Flap.
Okay.
Just go
The
down.
squigs.
Just go down to the squig enclosure, find Flip Flap, and he'll set you up with some squigs for us to eat when we go into battle, alright?
Alright.
It's not that difficult. And honestly, it feels easier for me to just rip your head off right here and go do it myself. Except for I won't. I'll find someone who will do it and who doesn't have their head ripped off.
That's very complicated. I'll be on my way now.
All right.
I don't know if I should forget about what he just said, like 10 feet away from the tent.
Down to you. It's possible that he forgets what he told you to do as well.
Nah, I'll remember.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, I'll remember. I remember where the squigs are. You know, that's where probably all of Guts' memories started. I think he doesn't remember anything before the cameras went live.
Yeah.
So
I don't think anyone does.
I black out every time
Ourselves
we start.
included.
Yeah.
yeah,
as
so
soon
he's
as-
gonna go.
As soon as Bentham starts talking about promotions and sponsors, I black out. It's
Yep.
from everything's gone.
So how big my recollection of squigs is from Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
And they're like big enough that goblins ride them.
Oh yeah.
Are they big enough that I can ride them? Like I assume a Gretchen's the size of a goblin.
Yeah, Gretchen Goblin around about the same size. I think Gretchen even maybe a little bit smaller. But it's essentially you can ride them. They do come in different sizes as well. In general, and this is the real problem you're gonna have is the eating squigs do have a tendency to eat Gretchen. Just FYI. Also, in general, you're gonna want a big sack of them, and you can't carry a big sack of them because you're tiny and they're a bit bigger than you even maybe. So here's your puzzle. Good luck, because I don't know how you're gonna solve it.
I know, but I need a Gretchen.
Yeah.
You
are a Gretchen. It's just
a second Gretchen.
Second Gretchen.
Some string or rope.
Okay.
A flat piece of metal.
Are you gonna McGretchen this shit?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna create like a dog sled with a Gretchen hanging at the front of it, so that the squigs like head that way, and I'm just gonna steer the Gretchen.
That's a MacGyver cart for anyone who didn't get it.
Yeah.
So
like at the beginning of the show, you said like you can tick a skill or something, and I figured being an ammo boy, I gave myself tech use.
Okay.
Or whatever it is that you're supposed to like craft with. I don't remember if it was tech use or anything.
Tech use works. Yeah, sure. This is orcs, man. Like your skills. You can be like, hey sheepy, can I?
I really believe this plan is gonna work.
Yeah, that's
How
good.
much do you believe it?
Good.
All of my belief, because my life's on the line.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm like an all or nothing Gretchen.
Sure. Yeah.
So regular Gretchen, I think.
I don't know that we're all based on the same template.
You never know. So is this something you want to do before going to Flip Flap?
Yeah, I think I'll go to Flip Flap, see how the squigs are, like how big they are and everything, because I didn't remember prior to that. And then I'll just I will walk about camp with my rifle and ask any Gretchen to come and help. If they refuse, I shoot them.
Okay. You know you don't have a rifle, right?
Oh, you took it from me?
No, you have your gun. It's just it's not a rifle anymore.
Well, he calls it a rifle.
I mean, he can call it whatever he likes. It's fucking dangerous.
Just the random deca. So
Just the
I'll randomize
explosions
them.
and fires. Just
until one of them agrees, and I'm not telling them what they're going to be used for.
All right.
Be fair, he has a solid handle on orc society. I mean, go to.
I learned
point
fast.
Gun it thing. Tell it what to do.
yeah, it's all he knows so far, really.
And if that thing doesn't kill you, then you are now bigger and stronger.
So you want to walk up to a Gretchen?
Yep.
Hey! I need your help!
What? I didn't do anything.
Nice!
It wasn't me.
Ah!
It wasn't me. I didn't do
What?
it.
No! Come with me! And shut up!
What? No. Why? You shut up.
Alright.
You're not bigger than me. You can't tell me what to do.
Oh, fuck.
Vive la resistance.
Evil resistance.
Roll me a d7, please.
Anything they say that's more than a yes. I think I'm gonna. Oh, 6 again. Missile.
Right.
Point blank.
Okay.
I think we'll be needing a new guts before seems a bit
What are you
faster
doing,
than I
Simon?
would have imagined it would have happened.
He seems to have gone mad with power. You see him over there shooting those little kids.
I think he found those fake orc thieves in a little bit of a gun bigger than he had before, and he thinks himself an orc.
Roll me a d4, please.
You know, I think he should be nicer to the little folk. And as I say that, I grab a Gretchen that's walking by and eat him.
Okay,
One.
that's good. The blast radius is very, very small, so you don't get caught in it. If you rolled a 3 or a 4, you would have get caught in the blast. But
From my point of view, I am invincible.
so what you see happen is you like and then it goes and it's essentially almost in slow motion. This tiny little black dot flies out of your gun and floats towards the Gretchen. And then as the Gretchen's like, what's that? And then it like gets to the Gretchen's chest, like bumps against it, and then expands, and the Gretchen just gets sucked into this hole. And it's like, ah! And then like a leg gets stuck for a second, and then you hear like a floop, and it disappears, and then the little sucky black hole thing just goes and disappears.
Hey, you over there! I didn't do it! I swear!
I think he's drunk on power.
You came in with me!
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I like how me and Doom are just watching this like amused. Like we're just like not even participating. We're just watching the chaos unfold.
What are we doing?
Just silently.
It's adorable when they think they're people.
I think these people.
I think they're proper orcs.
Oh, look at it.
You help me! I'm farming you,
What?
we're farming a new type of Gretchen!
What are we farming?
Squig herders!
Oh, let's go!
Yeah! Let us go! Let us go!
Let us go! Let us go! We are going!
It's so cute when they do the little here we go like that.
I think
It's like they're emulating Daddy.
It's great! It's great because it works when they grab us and also when we're going. Let us go!
I think they're starting to form a coalition.
I still small enough to stop. I'm not worried. Look at this one right here. I grab another one and I eat him.
I like the crunchy bits. This is my
Yeah,
favorite part.
like the parts near the head, they give you the best. They give you the best, like that satisfying celery type crunch.
Right. And if you get the head real good, you get that squishy bit like a gusher. Squirts right in your mouth.
I like the legs too because with like the little sinewy bits, if you put the leg in your mouth and you pull, you get some nice flossing action that'll like clean out your teeth.
I found that if you chunk the bone right and the leg just right, you can use it as a pick. That's what I do.
Innovative. I like it.
So what's your name, new friend?
Nuts!
Nuts? Guts? Oh, that's my name.
What?
Yeah, Glitz.
It's not the same.
It's basically the same.
No.
Glitz.
Yeah.
Guts, Glitz. Same thing. I'm really excited and have no idea what we're doing. Let's go!
Fuck, Gretchens are dumb.
You're dumb!
I think he's learning.
I mean, to be fair, he has been absorbing a rather large mental circumference lately. He's getting smarter.
He is at least 45% more orc than he was previously.
We're gonna
5%.
have a scene later where Doom is like aiming down his snaz gun at a Gretchen who's like creeping through the jungle, and then there's like a rustling to his side. He looks to his right, and Guts is there, and he's like, "Clever girl."
They attack in packs.
The Gretchen
Oh.
uprising.
I'm not even sure we're gonna get to a fight, and I don't care. Let's Bentham, you there? Let's take our break here before we get into the whole goddamn
Before we derail the rest of your campaign with the Great Gretchen Uprising on Caddick.
Beautiful. Yeah, we'll go to our break. We'll be going for around about 8 minutes, and then we'll be back with the second half, where there might be war, or there might just be killing each other. Maybe a Gretchen Uprising. Who knows?
Least of all us.
The WOG will proceed as planned. It might just be more high pitched than originally surmised.
Yeah.
It'll be less guttural.
All right. See you shortly. Hello and welcome back to The Last Ditch Season 2, Episode 23, Part 2.
Mm.
And I'm imagining at this point that the episode is called Here We Go!
I like made a joke of it, and I was like, I'd probably just say, just call the episode "Here We Go" or something. But apparently, no, that's where we ended up. I blame Doomcracker, to be honest. He encouraged it.
I get it. I blame me for most things I do too. If anyone's to blame, it's fucking me.
So, okay. So yeah. We left off with Guts taking Glitz to go see Flip Flap. That's a sentence I just said.
Sure is.
At the Squig Pen.
With my, I need to build the sleigh first, because I'll need to tie up
Sure.
the squigs. So I'll just imagine we're at the squig pen, and I'm just pointing at various squigs to Flip Flap, and I'm like,
I'll take one of this. Got one of them. This one looks crunchy. I'll take him too.
So
And
just FYI, essentially what you have is, have you ever played Slime Rancher?
yes.
It's they look kind of like the slimes in Slime Rancher. They're just big and bulbous, no legs or anything. They kind of roll around every now and then, and they just got big eyes and big mouths, and they just kind of gloop all over the place.
Okay, I thought they were like the ones with the 2 legs.
Oh, these are eating squigs.
Okay.
If you want, you can go to the attack swig pen to get attack squigs.
No, I'll just keep the eaten squigs. I mean, if they roll, it'll make my sleigh go faster.
So you want some squigs?
Yep.
Right. Well, I'll go wrangle you some squigs and bring them to you, and then you can take them away. Or my name isn't Flop Flap.
Cool. Glitz,
Yeah?
you tie the squigs to the sleigh.
With what?
The rope.
Oh, this rope?
Yeah.
Okay. So Flip Flap, his name's actually Flap Flap, but
At this point, we're not gonna.
it is what it is. Climbs over the kind of little enclosure bit and drops in and walks over with he's got this kind of pointy stick that it's basically like that. So it's like a fork, but it doesn't have the middle tie. And pretty much just pokes one of the squigs and then just rolls it to the gate and then goes off and goes and gets another one. So you can start messing with that while I figure out how this guy does. That's not very well. So he manages to kind of roll 3 or 4 of these big kind of bulbous, and they kind of roll a little bit, but they're not really moving too much. And then as you're kind of you open the gate and you kind of tie Glitz is tying them with the rope and getting the rope around them. At one point, one of them swallows his arm and just kind of gloops, and he's like, ah! He's like, ah, get it off! Get it off! God, get it off!
Do I need to roll?
Robbie in athletics, please.
Oh crap.
Yeah, no, -9 degrees.
That's a 92, as well as also.
Yeah, does that count as a fumble?
Not quite. But still. So essentially, you hear screams and panicking, and like Glitz, who has the rope, is like whacking the top of the eating squig with his rope as he slowly gets sucked into the mouth, and is now completely disappeared along with the rope inside this eating squig. You can let go or be partially slooped as well. Like you know, your arms will basically go into the mouth.
No, I'm gonna let go.
Okay.
I'm more important than him.
And another eating squig gets kind of rolled over towards you, and Slap's like, "It's the last one. Where's your friend?"
Congratulations, Flip Flop.
Thank you. For what?
You're now my friend.
Oh, lovely. Hello, friends.
Tie them up to the sleigh.
I don't want to.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Good lad.
There we go.
You know, I think we created some kind of monster.
Honestly, he seems to be picking up the finer points of society all by himself. I think he did it through observation of us.
You know,
being
at
the
first,
natural go-getters that we are.
At first, I was afraid that we would have to find a new one because he will go on and get himself killed. And now I'm a little afraid that he's going to have to grow into a bigger guts, and then we're going to have to get a new one anyway. And then we'll have to deal with two of them. And I barely want to deal with one of them.
It's true.
And Glitz is finishing up, like tying off the tying up the eating swigs, and is let me go, oh guts, let me go, please. And then,
Are you done?
all done.
It's so
done.
cold-blooded. Are you done?
It's so quick how they learn that song.
Always
Wasn't
happy
even
to
here for
help
it.
a friend.
Yeah.
Doesn't kill me.
Yeah. Go back to your stipend.
Okay.
I need another Gretchen as fuel though.
Fuel.
Well, I'm as a motivator for the
For what?
squigs. Well, because
the
I figure the squigs aren't gonna just pull the sleigh by themselves.
Well, I mean, they're basic. They barely move. I mean, look. Okay,
crap.
so
That's the best thing.
if you like, we can narrative cut to you having got a Gretchen, tied him up, holding him above the eating squigs, and you can see where that takes you. Because I can tell you.
Where does that take me?
That takes you to a scene where Doom and Ragga have been waiting for about 40-50 minutes and finally see Guts crawling up the pathway with these gloopy, rolly, really slow eating squigs. When going about 25% slower than you would if you were walking.
That's
You
half
figure-
slow.
So, what was his overall unifying plan here? Because, like, them's eating squigs.
Right.
They ain't even got no legs. So,
Well, you
like,
see,
They do not have legs.
I
I
think
feel as though the plan had a fundamental point of failure.
I think that when we were previously assessing his ability to lead in a capacity of one to become an orc, we thought it was intelligence. In fact, it was his charismaticnesses, in which case he was just demanding that other Gretchen would just help him. In fact, he did not get any smarter. So that's why the plan did not, in fact, work.
That's why I never use plans that rely on charisma.
See, I think if he had gone with his brains instead of his charming good looks and the end of his gun, I think he would have been well off.
I mean, to be fair, his gun did do that thing where it sucked that Gretchen into that weird black hole thing.
That was
That was
pretty
pretty
impressive.
fucking awesome.
I
I'm
do-
not gonna
I-
lie.
I wish he could replicate that once again.
Oi,
the,
God!
the Gretchen on the rope is singing, "Let me go, let me go, let me go."
Don't let him go. That's
know, I-
secret.
Ah,
I do wonder why he didn't just come to us and ask for assistance from us.
Oh man.
Well, now that you mention it,
You need help, little buddy.
yeah,
Too bad.
I was gonna say I wouldn't have given him the help if he had asked. I'm a little pissed off why he didn't ask in the first place. I thought we had something together here.
eventually
They ain't
the
got no legs, Guts.
eventually the sled gets there.
Lift
Yeah,
with your
I
ribs.
I think after 50 minutes of this, Guts will understand that it would probably be better to have the Eden Squigs on the sled
Yeah.
and the sled being pulled by that other Gretchen, and me just like prodding the other Gretchen to go faster.
Hello.
I
Think he's got it.
What am I doing?
exactly what I just said.
Right. I was there for that, so I guess yeah.
Put the squigs in the back.
I
Get in the harness.
Okay.
He had it reversed, and he finally figured it out. We're never gonna get to battle. His part's just too fucking funny.
I think this took at least 25% longer than it should have if he just had done it himself.
You're probably right.
So are you going to help me drag this?
Yep.
Okay. Are you ready to go then? There's a spot for you here.
Nice. Now walk.
Run, run, run.
He is really learning the gun part though.
He's got that part down.
Let's see how he does with this. Yep. it's a little bit quicker, but it's not much quicker. It's faster than walking, let's say. Now what?
I don't know.
If I was a bit smarter myself, I would have thought this ahead of time and charged one orc tooth to come watch this shit show of a procedure here, and then I would be rich and start my own army. But
Do you
here we
know?
are.
There's a couple of biggers staring at us up there.
Yeah.
Who are they?
Yeah. They're like the two assholes I'm assigned to.
Oh. So you have to look after them and make sure they don't do anything stupid.
I have to be there to be punched and kicked.
Oh,
It's very
yeah.
demeaning.
Yeah, it's like having to pull a sled while having a gun pointed at you.
They're right. Isn't it fun?
No, not even slightly.
When the shoe's on the other foot.
Shit really does roll downhill.
So what's your name?
Guts.
Oh, Gus. Hey, I'm Chiswick.
All right.
I guess I'm with you now.
Yeah.
Our little man's all grown up.
What does that do? What do we do aside from getting hit? Because
We bring food.
I was in charge of cleaning out the squig pens, and I have to tell you that I would prefer to be in knee deep in shit like this with instead of actually knee deep in dung.
Yes.
Good. Well, I'll go and do the things that I'm supposed to be doing then.
No.
No?
Ju-
I'll go do things that I'm not supposed to be doing?
Just keep walking.
Just keep walking, but where?
The two big uns.
Oh, okay. Hello, two big uns. Walks over to you.
Boy,
I was told to walk to you. Hello, I'm Chiswick.
All right.
what kind of name is Chiswick? You've
It's
got to have a
my name.
proper orky name.
I do have
No,
well, I'm not an orc though. I'm a Gretchen.
Like, why don't they call you like Longstabber? Or something what's got some balls to it.
You know what?
Chiswick.
I think Chiswick has too many letters in it, and I'm gonna crunch up your amount, right? So we're gonna take the whole middle part of your name, and I'm gonna crunch it and take it out. Your new name today, from going on forward, is Chuck. As in, I'm gonna take you and chuck you into the battlefield like a grenade.
But I'm bigger than a grenade.
Well, then I can take you and just like your name that I had previously crunched down, I can crunch you down right into the size of a grenade. And then chuck you into the battlefield.
I have feelings on this.
Well, don't have
Oh,
them anymore.
little man has feelings. And I punch him in the face.
Ah, thank you
How do
very
your
much.
feelings feel now, little Chuck?
My feelings have gone away, and they are replaced with the ability to do with what you tell me.
Perfect, perfect. I like this. You're learning.
The real problem is now we've got two of them. What
No,
are we
no,
going
I
to do
get-
with two?
I actually have an idea. I thought about this in the 45 seconds, in which case we were talking to him. Guts, get over here.
Hey, I got
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah, but come here. Get over here.
Hey,
Yeah,
guys.
listen, for as a reward from Raga and I, who you can thank for the rest of your lives, is a reward for your promotion to the boss's punching bag, I guess. This I present you with Chuck. Chuck is your personal punching bag. Now, when you get punched and kicked by the boss, you could come outside and go rah, and you can punch and or kick Chuck.
Like, how do you think that me and Doomcracker got this big? From punching other orcs, right? Where you start out as a little orc, you see another orc, and you punch him in his face. He falls down, you take his teeth, you drink some beer, you get a little bigger. So now we're going to put some weight on you, lad.
Where's Chiswick?
He's not Chiswick anymore.
No,
Wait,
I
I'm-
crunched him.
No,
Crunched him into Chuck.
I'm Chuck now.
See, what had happened was you were about the same size as far as I could perceive here. So I crunched him down a little bit so that you're slightly bigger than him. That way you can be in charge of him. If you're the same size, you can't be in charge of someone the same size as you. You got to be
Ow.
slightly bigger than the other one.
They punched me in the eye, and now how does it look? And there's no eye left. It's completely destroyed and empty. Is it bad?
You look like a million teeth.
Oh,
No,
good.
That's how you know you're the better one, right? Because you have 2 good eyes for now, and he only has 1 good eye.
I only have one eye.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That explains why I can't see out of it and can now smell colors.
You couldn't smell them before.
You smell like lemons.
So lemons.
Chocolate stocking. More squig herding.
Right.
That's the spirit.
Let's go, Guts, and herd squigs.
I'm overcome
Yay.
with emotions right now, and my eyes are bleeding.
This is like my previous job, except for I now get my eye destroyed.
To be fair, you only had 2 eyes, and so now that one is destroyed.
I can't lose another one eye.
Right, exactly.
Perfect. This job's got 50% less dangerous.
25%. We're
25%
sticklers
more
about math
safe.
around here.
Let me go, let me go, let me go.
So when we leaving?
Oh, the jet plane.
Oh God.
Sorry. Let's skip forward a little bit.
Yeah, I like how this started out as like an orc war party and just turned into how can we torture Chuck for the last hour and a half. And every time you think it's gonna get better, it gets worse because that's orc society.
To be fair, Sheepy said, I hate to say this again, but you guys have downtime. And you know, you gotta learn, buddy.
He does it to himself. You
Mhm.
can't give us downtime.
You see, also because of accents and things, Chuck thinks his name is Chug. So,
Perfect.
yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
He's close.
Whatever. As long as he responds to it, that's all that matters at the end of the day. For his sake, you know.
Like we could just be calling him "Hey you," you know, whatever else. Like,
Yeah, what kind of terrible name would that be?
So, once all the eaten squigs have been gathered up into a bag, it essentially probably, I would say most likely it's gonna be Bro is going to be carrying them because he doesn't have much of a gun comparatively to the rest of them. So he's kind of got that ready, and then Skull Boiler walks out of his tent and he's like,
Right. I'm ready. You're ready. Should we go kick some teeth in? Wait a second. Wait a second. I thought I killed you.
and he's pointing down at you, Guts.
What?
Yeah. Did I not kill him?
No, that's Guts.
Well, why is that?
Can't be
Wait,
killed.
that's Guts?
That's
that's
Guts.
the
yeah.
new one, right? Yeah, that's the
How
new
long has
one.
that been Guts? Because I swear I killed the other one, and there's two of them.
You did kill Guts. You did kill the other one, and that one's Guts.
I
And
did
then
kill
we,
the other one.
we did find another
Right.
one over
Right.
here. This one's
Okay.
name is Chuck.
Chuck.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So,
Roll me a D2, please, Simon.
Someone's getting punched.
Oh yeah, definitely. Please let it be the other one. One.
1. Okay. The Skull Boiler's chopper comes down on Guts's head, cleaves him in half, and kills him. He drops the gun to the floor.
He said I could have it. I take his gun.
And the boss goes,
right, you, Chuck, you're now Guts. Pick up that gun. We're going.
I hand him the gun.
Aye, sir.
Let's go.
Welcome back, Guts. I do appreciate your new aesthetic changes to your face and your
If I
lack
could
of
count-
eye.
If I could count, I would call him Guts too, but don't know how.
I think he's at least 25% more Guts than he was previously.
Better reconstructed Guts.
I'm Guts one eye.
So,
We'll get
yeah.
you a patch for your eye eventually. Until then, hold your one hand over it, because I don't like to look at it.
It's ruining me. It's ruining me appetite. I can't look inside your eye socket while I'm trying to eat. And I look around for like a Gretchen, and then if I find one, I eat it.
oh yeah, there's
See,
Gretchen
the-
wandering
The
around.
squigs.
Well, there's a dead one right in front of you. Do you want to
There
eat
you go. I
Guts?
eat the dead one. Yeah, I'll eat Guts' old body.
It's conservation.
No. Let's not confuse anyone any further. It's not Guts' old body. he then switched bodies.
No. This new Gretchen is literally Guts because
Yeah.
the boss said so.
Yeah, he's
So I was
Guts.
like, that's just old Guts. Like, what
That's
does he
old
do?
Guts. Yeah, it's old Guts' old body.
The spirit of
not that-
Guts lives on in new Guts.
It's
Right.
not that old. It's still pretty fresh.
All right, so I'm a new Guts. I'm gonna take off tech use.
No. You can keep tech use if you like.
I don't know. I'll roll randomly for what this Guts is good at.
Hey, even better. Cool. The only technical difference between Guts and Guts is Guts has 2 eyes and Guts only has 1 eye now, because apparently some meanie decided to punch him in the face.
All right,
He
there
had
are
it
27
coming.
skills. 7.
What I'm saying is, if he didn't
Oh.
deserve a punch in the face, we wouldn't have done that, right?
And, like, I feel like the line is somewhat blurry because, like, the Gretchens are walking around, and sometimes they get a little too uppity, and you just go, "Ugh," or sometimes I'm just angry, or sometimes I'm hungry. It just,
Right.
you know, it varies from time to time.
Right. No, I get it. You don't have to describe it to me. I'm understanding here.
What's guts?
Deceive.
Oh, okay, cool.
Love that. He's deceiving us as new guts.
Um,
Yeah, he's actually deceived you into thinking that he is new guts.
Very
is Guts.
quickly, because you know the sight of mine eye bothers the big ones. Is there? I need like a nail, a piece of metal, and a hammer.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm just gonna like place and then just nail it to my skull so that it's like
And then like draw an eye on.
half my face. Yeah, no, that works.
Draw an eye. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it takes you a few minutes, but yeah, there's
know
kind of
what?
some hammering. And...
I have a better idea. Got 25%. Raga, do you eat all of them, or do you start from the back end?
There's like one leg sticking out of my mouth right now.
Yeah, it's
and
like-
I just kind of pluck and
Did
hand.
you eat them whole?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, except for this little piece right here.
So
Did
like,
you swallow them? Right. You just
Yeah.
on an inch. Okay. All right. Stay still, real quick.
And he like
Okay.
grabs onto Raga's bottom jaw and is gonna put his hand to try to.
Stay still. It's not gonna
Oh,
hurt.
jeez.
okay.
I think I know what you're about to do.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out some of Guts. What I'm looking for is his head, so I can give new Guts his old eye back.
I never thought I'd need to figure out how you roll retrieve dead Gretchen from inside of orc stomach.
If it helps, I believe this is how you do this.
Yeah. No, it's just I'm not sure what that roll is, to be
Mhm.
honest. I'm looking
can
Sleight
at
of hand.
You can just
yeah,
make it
no,
happen.
it is. It's sleight
I
of
don't
hand.
think it's
Okay.
slight. I don't think it's slight.
No.
Strength, is it strength based? I think.
No, I think it's sleight of hand, yeah.
Well, I mean,
I hope nobody was eating while that was happening. Is there a modifier to this, like plus 100 or something?
Yeah, no.
Okay. -5.
So you're kind of about kind of shoulder deep inside,
That's so deep.
and you're kind of rooting around. It kind of tickles Raga like a little bit, you know.
Kind of shoulder deep is real. That's the deepest I can go.
And
That
then
loom.
and then you, oh yeah, there it is. You grab it and you're like, oh, that's guts.
Right. Got it.
Please roll me an athletics.
Oh Christ.
Take a +10.
Athletics. 2.
So you like rip this thing out and it just like and like pull it out and it's there. You don't know what it is. You haven't looked inside yourself very often or inside other orcs, but it's pulsing and it's going like, and it's kind of
Right.
squirting like liquids.
He
It-
kind
it's
of
not-
he kind
yeah.
of dries it off as best he can, even though it's
Yeah.
producing its own liquid, and then he just takes Guts 25% and just kind of puts it, and then just sort of.
I mean, like he's already put the metal on his face, so you're just like squishing.
I said what I said, Sheik.
You said I know, and it's what you do. Also, sidebar, Raga. Every now and then you're gonna have to spit up like a mouthful of blood. It's fine. Just don't worry about it too much. Whatever it was,
Because
he
you
took
had
out-
too much in you, so you gotta
Yeah,
get it
yeah.
out.
Whatever it was he took out of you wasn't guts. May have been like a spleen or something equivalent. But you feel fine. You just sometimes you kind of cough up blood and then you're like, oh, and then you just spit it, and it's like whatever. You can go see the doc if you want, but That
I
gives
know
you.
Orc Society. You don't go see the shaman. That's a mistake.
If you go to see the dog, you may come back with no limbs or head. So
Yeah.
you know.
Right. So this is I smashed it up a little bit, but this is your new eye. So figure that out with your metal head. And then you can stop being disgusting and making us nauseous with the sight of you.
Okay. No, wrong voice. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate your effort in this endeavor of ours.
Right. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Ready, boss.
All right then. Here we go.
Here we go.
Go. Here we go.
Are we actually
Here
going
we
this
go.
time? We're going. Now
Here
we're
we
going
go.
this time. Here we go. Here we
Here
go.
we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, so you're like in it for the authenticism of the "here we go." You just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like the random "here we goes," but you're
Right,
down.
right.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
If we're not
Proper
going
orky.
anywhere, we're just shouting randomly. If we have to
Doom.
go somewhere.
You have finally achieved 100% authentic. Here we go.
Yeah.
It only took
No.
500 tries.
Yeah. There's no spiritual. Here we go. Right. It's we need to go somewhere.
So you kind of bag of squigs, Guts, Doomcracker with his snaz gun, Ragger kind of with his death gun on his shoulder. You move out and you head off towards. You don't know this, but for the sake of everyone's knowledge, you head out towards the west, which is taking you toward the Imperial Guard as opposed to the rebels in the city. There's a lot of like explosions and fighting and whatnot. And actually, as you get closer, because you've been kind of off a little ways, there is also the sound of fire and war and chopping and fighting and whatnot.
It's like music to my ears.
And you get to a point where it is essentially like a fairly large battlefield. You see off in the distance is like pink humies in trenches, like helmets, and there's explosions, and they have like big guns that go in daka daka. There's like randomly a swarm of orcs will just swarm forwards and like jump into the trenches and start hitting each other and start hitting the enemy, and there's a big chaotic melee, and then some of them come back and not all of them do, and sometimes they stay there for a while and then get exploded, and you see these big kind of like quite impressive looking Imperial Guardsmen with shields like respond to incursions where they like breach the trench line. They kind of come in and there's like shotguns and big chainswords like kind of ripping through orc flesh. Looks like there's a lot of fun to be had over there. But for now Skull Boiler goes.
Right. So, because I was put in charge of this shooty Daka unit, it means we're gonna set up and we're gonna lay down some fire. Now, I have brought me some choppers with me, just in case anyone fancies, a bit of a charge. But at the same time, gotta lay down some Daka, set up boys, and start shooting.
It's Doka time!
It's Daka time.
I just start firing wildly towards the enemy. I don't know.
Okay.
I've got a cannon that takes up my whole shoulder. So like, what else are you gonna do with it?
So please, just for the record of where you are, you essentially are set up on a little hillock, like a slightly elevated, and it's got kind of a nice little. I want to say wall, but it's not even a wall. It's like knee-high, kind of thing, so you won't get completely shot. I'm assuming you just want to kind of like aim at enemy, click trigger.
The true Orky way.
True Orky way. Okay. Please roll me a ballistic skill. Considering you're not aiming at anything, I'm going to give you a +20 because honestly, even if you hit, you may not hit. It is to represent the fact you're not aiming at anything. So
I mean, I'm shooting towards the enemy. I mean,
sure.
that's sort of.
I mean, there are orcs that way too. It's not just the. I mean, they could be enemies too.
But they're not my orcs. I don't care about them.
Okay.
1.9 successes.
So you don't get any additional. You don't get any additional rate of fire on this. But you do. Let's have a little looky-loo here. The rate of fire is 10 on full auto, which means you do hit a couple of additional times. So just roll me, and also, well, I guess you didn't fire any extra vis-a-vis the weird crap the Meg Boy did to your gun. So roll me 3 damage rolls, please. Ah, yes, a classic orc roll, a 1 and a 10. Jeez, that's a lot of damage. Okay, so
I like this def gun.
okay, so as you're firing, the rest of you will notice like you can't be 100% sure because it's very hard to tell where he's aiming and what he's actually hitting. But you do see an orc take a round in the head, just like explodes his head, and he goes down. Like he just got here, and he's kind of, the best way I can describe it is he's kind of parallel to Raga, so he's directly to the side of him, which is weird because he's firing forwards. So how he managed to fire sideways is anyone's guess, but apparently he maybe did. Also, a couple of Imperial Guardsmen in the trench line, like they kind of like jump up and they start laying down suppressive fire. There's lasgun like pinging around your feet and stuff like that, and just like a hail of bullets like hit everywhere. Like it hits above them, it hits below them, it hits literally in front of Raga's feet. But a couple, like one of them gets pinged and kind of like falls down, and the other one just like headshot goes. So you hit some people, Raga. Well done.
Whoa! Daga, 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 daga. That's all that I'm saying over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, fully understanding now as I do, Sheep, the culture of orc society.
Sure.
And being the elite sniper that Doomcracker is, he's going to crack some Doom by aiming at the biggest, you know what? The biggest thing in front of him.
Okay, give me a second.
The biggest noun in his direct sight of view.
Excuse me, GM. I'd like to kill the biggest noun.
Yeah, whatever that is, whatever that noun looks like, doesn't matter as long as it's big and in front of him.
Okay, so big and in front of you is going to boil down to people. Actually, are you including orcs?
Boiled people are fine. Yeah, no, the biggest noun in front of him.
Okay, in that case, the thing you're going to aim at is an orc because that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, he did say the enemy, one of the enemy units were green.
That is true.
So, yeah.
That is true.
And at this distance, who can tell?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that for you.
Please roll me a ballistic skill with a plus 40.
I think I just rolled. I clicked it. The hit, right? No, that's I clicked it. Ballistic skill. Ballistic skill with a plus 4. 4.5 degrees of success.
Okie dokie. So, let me just have a little looky-loo here. There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let me go. There we go. Here we go. Just
Everything is going.
they're all going.
The question of who it's with.
You're mixing him up right now. Your songs, getting them all conjunctified.
So as you're like aiming down the weapon, you kind of like click. You slowly press on the trigger, and you hear like a, and your gun starts to spin, like different parts are like,
Yeah.
and then there's just like a, please roll me a d10.
Am I rolling you damage? Because I have a fuckload of it.
You are rolling me penetration because your penetration is not a set number, it's a d10.
Okay, cool. That's how that works. I wonder if I click damage, does it roll automatically? It doesn't. Slash R D10.
8. Wow, that's a lot of penetration. Okay, and now please roll me. Your damage is 2d10.
16.
Yes. Oh yeah, and it's +2 because you have the extra damage. Good for you.
Yep.
So yeah, the orc is like, whoa, and is just about to bring its axe down on this human with like a shield and a chainsword. It's like, ah, they're both screaming at each other, and then this pinpoint of light just goes sing, and then his neck explodes. Takes out this like huge chunk of like his head's kind of like hanging off, a little bit. It's like swinging around, and the human like brings the chain sword down, and it like bites into his side, and he's like, ah, and then just keeps fighting.
Oi! You see that? That Yumi stole my kill.
He's not
I
dead.
try to squint, but in between shouting "Daka, Daka, Daka, Daka," and like I assume the absolutely preposterous amount of smoke coming off my gun.
Oh yeah, it's
Like,
smoke
I can't
and
see anything
grease
right
and-
now, but I know better than to like ignore my friend. So I'm like, "Oi, stupid Yumis!" And I just dock it even harder.
Yeah.
That's all he wants.
And just FYI, it didn't kill the orc. The chainsword also didn't kill the orc. He's still fighting that shielded human. He's just missing like a lot of his neck and chest.
Sheepy.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
Oh, okay.
I'm mad that human took my kill.
Fair enough.
It doesn't change the fact that he's not dead yet. He's still mad about it.
Fair. Human, put off your able.
Yeah, I'm preemptively mad about it.
So here's a fun fact about orc snipers. There is an ongoing joke in the 40k community that orc snipers basically don't exist. And anytime there's friendly fire, or say like a commissar gets killed by his own troops, they'll claim it was an orc sniper that got him. As kind of like a, and I now love that we have an orc sniper who's shooting his own troops just because they're
What I'm saying is they wish that they was killed by an orc sniper because it is a great honor to have your insides turned on the outside.
I mean, if you actually kill them.
If I could shoot through the fourth wall, I would do it.
Yeah, like you've got good penetration, but only gets through 3 walls.
Fucking Christ. Okay. End the show, Bentham. That's it. We're not gonna get better than that joke. Oh goodness.
That's good, lads. Pour it on them. Yeah, give it. And then, like,
Bentham actually did that.
Perfect.
God damn it, Bentham.
I'm here for this.
So
Well done, production jokes.
oh no. Skull Boiler is there, and he has like a blaster. It's actually they're called sluggers. They're like kind of pistols, kind of like automatic, like they're almost like machine pistols, except for a lot bigger and a lot chunkier. But they're orcs, so it's not as. And he's got his chopper, which is just a big axe, essentially. You saw one of those choppers when you were fighting them as Imperial Guardsmen. It cut your sergeant in half.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Rip. Long live Sergeant.
And he's kind of there and shouting and super enthusiastic. The problem is he can't reach the enemy in any way, so he's just there cheering and shouting. And he looks down and he goes,
Guts, why aren't you firing?
Oh, Guts has been basically just pointing the gun everywhere and just shouting "Daka."
Yeah.
But like that's it. That's he's a shit farmer. He doesn't know how gun works.
Right, so, Guts,
Eh?
see that handle on the side? Just whir it.
It makes a scary. It makes a scary sound.
That's all right, don't worry about that. Just point it at something you want to kill and wind it.
Oh no.
I wind it first, and I pointed at the boss.
No, I think the boss is taking a liking to the new Guts, right? Because he's
when I
soft on him.
when I said that. When I said that, I was like, Simon's going to take this one of two ways. He's going to point it at the boss, or he's going to point it at himself.
Correct.
So that's a 7 on the boss. You brought this upon yourself, Sheep.
Is that the missile one?
No, so okay, so 1 to 6 are all regular types of firing.
Love
But
it.
this is orcs. So 7, I have titled Wacky.
Great.
So Guts, as you crank it, it starts to kind of like make a kind of like noise. And it keeps making that noise, and it keeps making that noise, and you can feel it kind of like almost pulling out of your hands, and then you point it at the boss, and you can't let go of the crank. You just keep cranking it faster and faster and faster, and the boss is like,
What's going? No.
I'm just crying the whole time because the song scares me.
and you see, quite slowly but inexorably, the boss is drawn into the gun. It's like a Hoover, like hoovering up something, and he just gets sucked into, and like he kind of claws at the edge of this kind of blunderbuss gun thing, but he gets sucked into it and disappears like with a and he's gone.
I crank slower.
Yeah, you can now slow down.
Until I stop.
Dun, dun,
Oops. Oi! Where'd the boss go?
I present my fist on my gun.
I think Gus ate him.
I wasn't looking on account of laying down too much darker.
Mine's only a single shot.
Keep dacking.
So-
Righto!
I
just purely because I don't know if this is going to come up. It really depends. So I may as well tell you now, just because it's an interesting fact. The next time you roll a 7, you fire whatever you sucked up.
Yeah, I figured.
So that's going to be fun if it happens. But if it doesn't, fuck it. Yeah, like, you know, the boss is gone. I have no more reins on this show, so fucking, you know.
You ate my only NPC of importance, so
you ate the guy in charge.
So I'll just promptly go fuck myself.
You're firing at the enemy. The enemy are firing back. Like if there's a point where you're in danger of being shot, I'll roll. But yeah, it's you don't. The boss is gone. No one's in charge. It's anarchy. Viva la revolution! Yeah.
Yeah, I think if it's anarchy, now's the time to break away from the orcs and create my own Gretchen army.
Okay.
Trying to unionize.
Yep.
His guts 25% gonna run away crying and like ah!
Well, no, that's true. Guts, not 25%, would have wanted to create an army. I think Guts 25% is just gonna run away, give the gun to the next Gretchen he sees. He just wants to go back to his farm, man.
There's like a few Gretchen kind of like carrying ammo for other orcs, like here you go, boss, and like puts it down. And
Your Guts now.
I'm guts now. What? Oh, hello. Okay.
Doom turns and sees the gun. He's,
Oi! Guts! Get back on the line!
Am I guts now? I'm guts now. Okay, boss. And like Simon, take over.
Yeah.
Oi! What are you freaking
Hello?
running away like that?
I was bringing ammo to the boys.
No, you're not. What? No, we're the boys. Bring ammo.
Boy, look, this
You're
Guts
go-
right here, he's got 2 eyes. He's way better than the last Guts.
See, there was only the spirit of Guts lives on. Take that,
Hello.
point it that
What?
way. See the clicky? No, there's no clicky mechanism. See the spinny mechanism?
Yeah.
Spin it.
All right.
Simon, just for the sake of the narrative, could you please roll me a survival?
I fail with -4, 7 degrees of success. -4, yeah, 4.7.
2 days later, after returning to his job mucking out the pens for the squigs, Guts 25%, new Guts, however you want to call him, drowns in an unfortunate shit incident where he is covered and cannot handle the volume.
it's really all he could hope for, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still preferable to modern Gretchen life.
Yeah.
Better than the battlefield, I guess.
Rest deeply, brave soldier. It's how he would have wanted to go out.
Covered in shit.
God, Simon. So you guys can't see it, but Guts' name on the Zoom call is now Guts? With a question mark.
Oh. Whose idea was this?
Oh, rest in feces. No.
Love that. Love that.
So I can't control you anymore. I have no one to tell you what to do.
I mean, technically, the Guts that left was now the war boss, but I guess he didn't want the responsibility.
I guess not. And also, this new Guts doesn't know that when he cranks that thing, the boss could fly out.
And doesn't know that he's the war boss. So
And
I
also
mean,
doesn't
no.
know how to fire the gun.
No, I told him to crank the spinny bit.
Okay.
What is the general state of the battlefield?
So currently you are laying down fire on this trench line. It's quite heavily defended with bunkers and heavy weaponry. There's some occasional artillery coming down around you, but it's not too heavy at the moment. And mostly the orcs are laying down like fire to cover their charges. And every now and then a slightly larger orc will get up and say, "Oh, boys, with me, what?" And then just charge and run. And a lot of them get cut down, and then some of them make it to the trench line, and then they either get wiped out or they kind of trot back and then they do it again. It is.
Do I see a barn?
You don't see a barn, actually.
What a shame.
Wait, but okay, so we're fighting. Do I,
was
see?
trying-
Do we see a one-armed Ogren?
No. Unfortunately, this isn't the same front. I now massively regret it because I'd have loved to have you guys be the one who charged the barn and and kill your sergeant. But
See, I was trying to create a time continuity problem with the entire campaign by killing the PCs
if anyone
with
could,
our orc party in retrospect.
if anyone could do it, it would be orcs. But unfortunately, no.
If we kill them in the past, they cease to exist in the future. I've seen Back to the Future. I know how time continuance works.
We're just all trying to make sure that Build-A-Bum Bandersnatch or whatever his name doesn't come back. And by killing the party, we can stop that. There was one, and now there's like 50. And now we're trying to fix the future by destroying the past.
We made it worse.
Build a bomb Abercrombie snatch.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is there you said there's like trenches? Are there like big things like buildings and like scorpions and shit?
Not really, not so much. It seems like roll me an intelligence.
Great. That's my best skill.
That's gonna work.
Yep.
That's my best skill. It turns out.
There are positives and negatives to being an orc, and this is one of the negatives.
-2.
No,
Minus
like you know, they're probably doing some kind of like thinky stuff where it's like, if we put these things here and then pull these things back and put these over here, then victory. But you don't know what that shit is, so you just gotta shoot things.
Perfect. I aim for the biggest cluster of things, of nouns in front of me, and this time by aim I mean that I pick up guts. And I am spinning his hand on the crank to get it to go. Because so far I've seen a missile, I've seen a black hole, and I've seen a fire and a vacuum. So this thing only does crazy cool shit.
That's true.
So I'm just towards the largest group of people, hoping for all 4 of those things to happen at once.
That's a 3.
Roll me a d5, please.
Oh god.
Technically speaking, higher is worse.
Okay, 5.
Perfect. I love this situation.
Right after he said it, yeah.
So you're aiming at the biggest like clump of things, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is a detachment of Iron Brigade who are forming a shield wall because they're trying to push out a small cluster of orcs who've managed to get to the trench line.
Wait, they're green. Fuck them.
They're not green. It's true.
Yeah, get them wrecked.
Yeah. So I have to explore a little bit.
Take your time. Feel this one out, Sheepy.
We're all aware that we're off the rails and into the hinterland now.
Yeah.
We know the situation because we've all GM. We've all been there.
So because both of you were involved in this, and there's a fair amount of dice rolling that's going to happen, this is mostly your fault, Mike, so I'm going to have you roll 3 sets of 2d10.
Great.
Guts, could you please roll 2 sets of 2d10?
Sure. I don't know why my roll 20 is very slow, but 15 and 15. I am anything if not consistent.
16, 11, and 10.
Okay, so that's 30, 46, 57, 67 damage. Because what happens is as you're cranking, you hear this, it starts to like shake and like rattle, and then you start to shake and rattle, and then like you think maybe the floor is shaking and rattling as it's like you hear this like, and at the front of the blunderbuss thing, essentially a big ball of what you can only describe as a mixture of light and crackly crap forms in the like cone of the blunderbuss, and then finally you like hit, and the crank stops for a second, and then you like push through it, and it just lobs what is essentially a giant ball of plasma.
Great.
Because you rolled plasma, and then you rolled a 5 for how much plasma you rolled.
I don't see where the bad part comes in.
Well, he basically fired like a DBZ style spirit bomb. Of
Yeah,
plasma
you just
at me.
spirit
Listen,
bombed a squad of.
We took the boss who has
Yeah.
headbutted and shoveled the two of us, and killed at least one of us, and we turned him into a tiny sun. I see no downside to this scenario in which you've painted us
I think
into.
we're in charge now. Well, I mean, you're in charge, maybe. I mean, I'm just over here deafening myself with a very dangerous piece of industrial
Yeah.
equipment.
I don't think you can hear anything that happens, so
It's just
yeah.
just all day long.
I believe you have tinnitus. That's what happens. So, what does that do to some humies over there?
So, there is a pause as basically it's like a basketball shot, right? It doesn't go directly to the target. It loops up in the air and then essentially lands on them and kind of slowly like squashes and like expands for a second, and then there's just a blinding light and a big explosion of plasmic proportions. Not only have you managed to take out a big, unfortunately big squad of Iron Brigade, and there's someone going to be so pissed at you because you've also killed.
Did I kill Bentham?
Yeah, that's what I thought he said too.
So you guys don't know this. In the commander section of the game, they have a lot of like NPCs, NCOs, and whatnot. And there's been an NPC that's been in the campaign since basically the first episode of season 1, who's one of Maggie's NPCs. Who this outfit is very religious. This guy lost his faith, and Maggie's been absolutely intent on restoring his faith. He was in that squad.
Listen, guys, if anything, we collectively are Thanos. So you really hated Build-A-Bear, Crunch and Bunch, and so we killed him, and you really like this guy,
no,
so we
sorry,
killed
apologies.
him also.
I was looking at the wrong list.
Oh,
But you didn't. So technically speaking, I thought you killed a sergeant, but I was looking at the wrong list. He is actually still on a different planet. So you killed a lieutenant, Lieutenant Egil.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a
Do I
backstory.
see the plasma explosion, like from where I'm shooting and making myself deaf?
Sure,
Tiny son.
Now that there's a hole over there, I'll be like, here we go, he made a hole. And like I'm firing now at the place where the impact happened because they're no longer standing there with like big shields and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they were vaporized, so it's just a big hole.
Oh, there's nobody left? He got
No.
all of them?
No,
I
he
hit
got
him
all
with
of
a
them.
sun. It's a
Yeah,
tiny
he-
sun.
You've seen Dragon Ball Z. You see what happens when you get hit by a spirit ball.
It's
Yeah,
just a
nothing.
crater. It's just a smoldering crater.
I just wanted to help.
I mean, I intentionally didn't take it to like 10 because that's like Frieza destroying the planet kind of shit.
With that gun, I'm okay with that. Really.
I guess that like I mentally failed to image the size of the explosion.
Yeah, no, it was large, large
That squad is gone.
explosion.
Okay, so when I see the explosion, I like try to whip up all the other orcs around me, like whoa! I like pointing at everybody
And I'm
all
shaking
hyped up.
guts. Like, shaking
Over
guts.
there, boys!
Long
And I
live
out the old
guts.
lines.
Long live guts.
What? No. What? No.
Which is ironic because Guts has died twice so far.
Poor guts. I would I want a jersey, like a Warhammer jersey, and it just says guts with a question mark on the back of it, and the number is 2 zeros. That's what I want.
What I really want is art of like Doomcracker or Ragga Rottooth with like a Gretchen skull, it like kind of sitting down contemplative with a Gretchen skull, just with the caption "Alas, poor guts."
It's a friend.
I think Guts is the boss now.
Am I?
All
Oh,
hell
no, wait,
guts.
that's the other.
All hell guts.
All help me.
don't think
Yeah.
How it works, but
What's
What?
the plan?
I'm running out of voices, guys.
Well, then stop getting killed, you little tits.
Doomcracker winds you up again.
Wait, you're
Doomcrack
doing
is
another
like your
shot?
assistant now.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, okay.
I'm holding my new gun that is attached to Guts. It's
I will-
one unit.
I will say right now, the gun is steaming, almost probably red hot, and also a little bit shaky.
That's why I'm not touching it. I'm touching Guts.
Okay, off you go then.
Makes perfect sense to me. Simon, please take over. That's the
All right.
dice.
that's gonna be a a 1.
Please just be like a bullet comes out.
Just a
Bang.
regular shit. Or it blows up in our collective faces.
That's fine. We deserve it at this point.
Okay, so. Okay. Okay.
It's one of those times like when you're playing D&D and you have like a deck of many things and like the DM just vastly regrets giving it to you.
Oh, I don't regret this at all. This is brilliant.
This entire campaign has just turned into this fascination cannon.
So I'm gonna need. This is so unfortunate. I'm gonna need you to roll me a tech use, please, Guts.
Oh, that was the old Guts.
Yeah, that was the old Guts. Sorry, I need you to roll me a tech use, please, Guts.
Minus 3.9 successes. I rolled a 52.
Okay, so next up, I need to roll some dice as this thing explodes. Just come on, Jesus.
I think we've killed more Guts than we've killed actual bad guys. I think at this point.
I've killed like 2 guardsmen this entire time, so I think our Gretchen body count is
10 damage. If you would like to try and... okay, so here's a question, which I unfortunately have to ask. Doom, I'm assuming you're not letting go of Guts?
No. He doesn't know how this gun works and just assumes it, like, if it's gonna explode, it's gonna explode into, like, you know, a black hole or something.
It's Gretchen powered, probably.
Yeah, right.
So Guts. So I need an athletics roll from Doomcracker. Guts, if you want to escape the explosion, you need to escape the grasp of Doomcracker. So I need an athletics roll from you as well, please.
Which,
just-
by the way... Oh, no, go ahead.
Is this straight athletics?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I re-rolled my D27 when I became Guts.
Oh,
and
Guts?
rolled a 2. So he's actually proficient in athletics.
Oh.
I rolled
and-
terrible, so you might get out.
Nope. I have an 18 strength, and in this
Perfect.
game, 18 is not great.
Yeah, that's a failure. So
You just barely failed too.
both of you take 10 damage.
goodbye Guts. Guts?
Is it goodbye Guts?
My toughness is 1. I have 7 wounds.
So it's essentially Doomcracker. You're cranking on this thing with Gus's hand, and it's kind of shaking, and it's like glowing red hot, and then it just explodes, and Guts takes like you're pretty much fine, like you take some hits, and you're kind of like, but the majority of the shrapnel goes directly into Guts's face and also body, in the middle of people saying, "Hell, Guts, hell."
Hell guts. Whoa.
He then dies.
What's the
So-
status of the gun?
The gun is fucked. The gun has exploded and is now majority of the gun is shrapnel in guts. In guts.
Perfect.
Does that mean that the boss is gone forever?
Yeah, the boss is
He became a plasma ball.
You can tell how these things work with orc magic and.
You know what?
everything.
Roll me a D100. Yeah, Simon, please.
Sure. 3.
That's a crit success. Okay. So on Terra, just outside of the Emperor's throne room, in front of 2 Adeptus Custodes, a very unfortunate skull boiler pops into existence and immediately gets stomped by 2 angry Adeptus Custodes.
I mean, he's the orc that got the closest to the Emperor.
Yeah, he's closest to the Emperor.
To be fair,
But
that
no
was
one will-
the most successful invasion of Terra in orcish history.
I mean,
They
and
got to the
technically,
throne room.
and with what we talked about before the game, so technically now Earth has forever an orc problem.
Yeah.
Oh man, whoever's in charge of the wiki, good job.
We won
Good-
40K.
There we are.
Whoever's in charge of the wiki, good luck. Good luck keeping that in there.
The implications of this will surely not come up in later campaigns of Dark Heresy.
Please write to the actual writers. Make sure they're
Somebody
aware
get
of this
Matt
situation.
Ward on the phone.
Yeah.
No, don't, because then we get the Ultramarines back.
Well, who else is gonna solve this?
Anyone else?
Oh man.
Oh.
So not only did we as Grockets win the war on Caddick, we also as orcs won the war against Terra. So like I think we're killing it. Go squad.
A certain robot gullyman says, Yvrain, we have a problem. An orc problem. and then, yeah! And then they head off to Earth. So back with Doomcracker on the other side of the galaxy. I don't know what you want to do past this, really, because Guts is dead.
Yeah, I think
You're
he
kind of
takes-
wounded.
Yeah, I think actually I don't think I am. I think I have like 8 armor and 4 toughness. If I'm reading this character sheet right.
Oh.
So I don't think I took any damage.
No, you just get some shrapnel embedded in you, but it doesn't really do much.
I'm
and you're
just
like,
moderately
"Ugh."
inconvenienced.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he takes this heaping chunk of metal and guts and just sort of throws it towards the giant crater.
Okay, athletics, please.
Athletics.
Simon, if you'd like to take over one of the orcs, feel free. Or
I'll wait and see what happens.
yeah,
I mean, if they ever pick up another.
Oh,
like,
don't worry,
Gretchen.
Simon. I got it.
Yeah, I figured something was going to happen.
I did wonder, but I wanted to give you the option of playing an orc if you were sick of being guards.
No, I love it. One
Okay,
of them
cool.
was guts 25%.
Yeah. 25% more guts. than previous.
Who could forget guts 25%?
So that is a 0 successes.
It says minus 0.1.
Oh, sorry. Big change there.
So you kind of hoof it, and it's got this. You know, in baseball games and sports games where it's like it slowly revolves. It's like
Yeah.
It does that, and then just plops like about 20 foot. You know, like halfway between you and
Perfect.
the crater.
And he gets his gun back out again,
Yeah.
and he raises it up much like Raga, and he goes, "Orcs, we advance! Here we go! Here we go!" And he starts moving towards the crater.
Okay. Give me a sec.
And any Gretchen that I see doing anything is gonna get stopped and picked up by the head, and then he's gonna go, "Here we go! Here we go!" holding the gun in one hand and the head of a Gretchen in the other hand, and that new Gretchen is also guts.
Did it work? Are the orcs following?
Give me a second.
Christ, what's happening?
So you can roll a dodge if you like.
Me, I can roll a dodge if I'd like.
Uh huh.
Alrighty. There it is. -5.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. And then we roll this, and then we roll.
Only imagine what's happening.
So this is 24 damage. And it let me take a look at your character sheet very quickly.
I think I died.
So it is minus, what's your toughness? It's forward. So it's 2 toughness. That's just yeah. So as you as you raise your gun over your head, and say, sorry, what did you say?
I said orcs, we move forward, and then I said, here we go, here we go.
Here we go, here we... So as you're going, here we go, you go, here we go. And then just a pinpoint of light hits you at the head, and as we shift to a couple of sunglassed up rattlings.
No, you son of a bitch.
And one of them looks to the other and goes, I think we got him, boy. And the other one looks, like, takes off their glasses and go, pinpoint accuracy. That's how we roll. Let's go report to the lieutenant. Aye, aye. And then they, like, slink off. So Doomcracker's dead.
Perfect. I deserve
I'm all
this.
alone.
I deserve this.
You can't give me full agency of the campaign. I don't know what to do other than DACA.
Sorry.
I'm the simple one. Everyone else has plans.
So you do essentially you when you did the plasma thing and then like went yay, you drew attention enough to yourself for the snipers to be.
You don't have to explain. I get it. I deserve that.
So you have Bro, Gits, Crackbrain, the other orcs. If you want to jump into another orc and carry on.
I kind of just want to see Splat run this campaign out for the next.
Sure.
Man.
It's like
straight under the bus.
Splat, if you account for outros, you only have 15 minutes to carry the show. So
all my friends are dead. I am broken. I just keep firing. Just tears running down my eyes.
But we're still here, Ragor.
You're not Domecracker. You're not Gox.
Well, no, that's true. I'm Bro. That's Gits. That's Crackbrain.
Gits is kind of like Guts. It makes the pain go away a little. I'm gonna call Gits Guts. Is that okay?
Yeah, alright.
Look like I got my name back.
do you wanna?
Well, if he's called Guts,
Yeah,
the spirit of
he's
Guts
called
is,
Guts.
Yeah,
Would
that's
you
it.
like an orc character sheet?
Yeah, it's gonna be Orc Guts.
Okay.
And I'll try my best to do the worst Cockney accent ever.
What I'll do is I'll just duplicate a Doomcracker sheet and give it to you.
Sure.
Because it works. Because the spirit of Doomcracker is also floating around places as well.
I just love that we have the spirit of Guts, and that Guts is an unkillable
an
Gretchen
idea.
/ orc. Yeah.
Now you see,
He's an orcish ideal now. He stands for something greater.
if this was a sheepy orc campaign, we would get to the point where Guts became the new orc / Gretchen god to compete with Morkan Gork. Because I can just see that happening, and that would be beautiful. So you've got a copy of Doomcracker,
Yep,
Orc
done.
Guts. Feel free to rename that. Sega's Guts is back. Would you like to come in as one of the others?
Yeah, I will help lay suppressive fire.
All right.
So
so-
that Splat isn't alone.
So Gitz is now Guts.
Right.
But he's also Orc Guts. You got Brawl Bro or Crackbrain.
I mean, Doom Cracker and Crackbrain, it's close enough. We'll take that one.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
I mean, it in the sense of anything works in this campaign at this point. Sorry, my brain just broke. I like turned to you guys. I could see you with the expression of like, what's happening, and I was just like, I know.
This
I
is
know.
what happens when the entire catalyst for the narrative gets sucked into a black hole 30 seconds into the battle, and now the rest of us are like, what do we fucking do now? I don't know. What's even the objective? I don't know.
Usually the GM trick is if you don't want your players to kill it, don't give it stats. We don't even have stats. We barely have character sheets, and we still killed it.
Oh,
God.
Well, I think we have to go that way.
Through the hole. That sounds right to me. And I start
Always
marching
walk
towards
in the
clear.
hole.
I'm like going,
Here
here we
we
go, here we go. And
go.
I'm like
Here
marching to
we
the
go. Here we
while
oh, you know
firing at the large crater just in case there's anything in it, because that's like the best hole in the defenses that I can see.
yeah, it is. And you know what? hey, chat. We're all gonna like. This is a war. We're charging. It's
Here we go, where we go.
Here we go,
Here we go.
so
we go.
Chat, feel free to join in the here we goes. Yeah, there we go. They're starting already. Based off that, we'll see how many orcs join you in this charge.
Perfect.
Oh, they're already going. Okay. Oh god.
Doomcracker did pick up the snaz gun because it's 25% more gun than he had before. Now he has 2 guns.
You
Even Bentham is sabotaging you. I saw Bentham in there. Go, here we go.
you mean Crackbrain?
That's what I said.
Uh,
You can't prove
That is so many orcs. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what, Sheepy, just because, you know, the new Guts can't have a snaz gun because that would be weird. New Guts is gonna have a, can I get a Scorcha?
Oh yeah.
Alright.
They're still going. I think they may break through the defensive line at this
You guys
rate.
are gonna have to get a bot for orc campaigns that counts the here we goes. for
I've been
applicable
keeping an eye on
points.
it. It's a lot.
What you do is you make a giveaway, and the entrance code is here we go, and then it will tally them for you.
That's like they were giving away that rule book on Mage yesterday. That's how you do it right there. It's the tie over.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what happens just based on how the chat have gone crazy with the here we goes? The entirety as the entirety of the orc battlefield not only responds to your chant, and you know you start getting a
Here we go, and it's just
Here we go.
it is a cacophony.
Here we go.
But they all respond to your direction. So what you get instead of like a flat charge is that little crater that you opened up in the trench line. Everything is funneling towards that.
It's like a
It's right
spear.
proper spear.
Yeah,
We
it's
tricks them into real actual tactics.
It's like a scorpion.
The way I see it, we can get this done with sort of 2 pinches and like a tail coming around the sides.
so
So I think that the original plasma shot was like a spear, and then we got 2 daggers over here, and that's like a 2 pinches.
So, in light of just the ridiculous support you've gotten from all the orcs in the chat, all of you please roll willpower with a plus 40.
Ooh.
As you are essentially leading this charge.
I failed.
Aww. Guards.
I succeeded with
Um,
0.5.
I
Okay.
succeeded with 3.7.
Raga. Sorry, not Raga. Yes, still Raga. You survived. Well done. You're doing okay so far.
I'm the only one here who hasn't been exploded so far.
Well, there's a couple of other orcs, but apparently they don't matter to Raga.
Right.
So Raga and Crackbrain, you are filled with the power of these orcs. They are following you. They are charging with you, and their belief and their want and their desire to fight and crush and kill has filled you up as you lead the charge. So, Raga and also Crackbrain, essentially you get a moment of being the GM. Tell me one thing that happens.
God. I'm gonna put Splat in the spot. You go first. You know this world more than I do. I'm just gonna make shit up at random.
Look, if you want another, like, I'm gonna give you some examples, and like, feel free to use your imagination or anything like that. If you want another rock to land, another rock will land. If you want a whole load of tanks to roll up behind you and suddenly appear and like roll over the defenses, that's gonna happen.
Okay. Do we have artillery for orcs?
I mean, if you want artillery, you can have artillery.
No, in that case, if that's how absurd we're going, Doomcracker saw firsthand have the impressive, not Doomcracker, Crackbrain saw firsthand the impressive nature of what turning your boss into a plasma bomb looks like. So I think he sees, like, as we're marching, there's clearly like people in charge on the other side, right? Like issuing commands like a boss. They become plasma bombs.
Okay.
You asked for this.
as Crackbrain is marching forward, multiple booms can be heard behind him as Clever Cleaver has taken some of the ideas and some of the thoughts and essentially made a battery of those windy cannons. And God, there's gonna be so many people pissed with me. Do you realize what you've just done?
Listen, you can't give me control. You can't give me narrative control. You know better.
multiple. I've got to figure out who's just died in the officers.
What would you like me to roll for a number of these fucking explosions?
Roll me a d10.
D10. All right. I hope I roll a 10. That'd be hysterical. 4.
Okay, so 4 big balls of plasma come shooting down from the sky, same way, and just and just 4 of the prominent commanders in this section of the battlefield have just been vaporized.
God, I hope one of them is the commander of the Grockets so that we can get another promotion.
Oh,
Lieutenant Grudo becomes Captain Grudo.
That's interesting. Here's a question for you, Raga.
Mm-hmm.
Are you satisfied with the amount of fighting that the Humies have put up for you?
I mean, yeah, I feel somewhat satisfied with the quality of the fight here.
If there was an option for more, would you like some more fighting?
I mean, what green-skinned orc doesn't pick more fighting? You know what I mean? Like, you have to. Like,
Yeah.
That's what we live for.
Okay. In that case, would you be willing to go along with an idea that Beth have just shot at me that I think will be funny?
Oh God.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
So Raga raises his death gun to the sky and just like lets off this huge burst, just like spreads all through the sky. Oh, daka, 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 daka. As he does so, there's like Eventually, the death gun like click, 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 click out of ammo and reload. Don't worry about that too much; it'll happen. And there's like a pause where nothing happens, and then the air starts to shake as this giant, massive fortress flies down from space and lands like quite a fair ways in front of you, with like these big turrets just firing all over. Like orcs are getting cut down, people are, like the humans are crushed below it, and the firing's happening all over the place. Like the humans are getting cut down, the orcs are getting cut down. This is a drop keep.
What?
This is a drop keep. It's basically a from orbit deployable fortress with automated guns and stuff on it, and like loads of humies in it. And Raga, you shot that out. You shot that out of the sky, dude.
Oh, you get squawking more given on Daka. More you mean?
Boys, we are witness to Rago Rottooth, the War Cooler.
How do I always end up accidentally in charge?
He can call humies from the sky.
Oh God.
All hail Raga Rot Chief.
All hail!
All hail!
Oh,
Here
I'm just,
we
like,
hail!
turning
Here
circles
we
now.
hail! Here we hail!
I'm just firing my def gun in the air at this point, just like dancing to my own melody.
And at the same time, Splat's there like, why do people keep putting me in charge of things?
I keep ending up in charge, no matter how much I try to not end up in charge.
we smash cut to Grudo, who's going on like this massive rant about how the hell do people keep putting me in charge of things? I don't want to be in charge.
The commander explodes.
I have done this 4 weeks. I have done everything in my power to not be in charge and to shirk my responsibility in every situation. I keep ending up in charge.
The real adventure was how many times we could put you in charge.
So there is a unstoppable flow of orc charge that like it flows around, seen from up top. It essentially like goes into a point and then kind of charges through this this trench line where there is still some Imperial Guard in the trench line, but they break through that trench line, break past the trench line, just as they're like starting to rout the humans in front of them, the Imperial Guard in front of them. A giant fortress lands in the midst of that, and the orcs kind of like, the wave of orcs kind of breaks around it and like starts spreading out and stuff like that. So there is a drop fortress as like an anchor point defense, but the orcs have spread out through this break in the lines and have basically broken through the defensive lines. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, my idea was way more tame than Bentham's. I was going to say, like, we were advancing towards the artillery lines.
Yeah.
But, like, as we got there, orc commandos appear out of nowhere wearing purple and just start knifing the artillery team so that we can keep advancing. Like,
as they do.
Mine was way more mundane than what Bentham came up with.
I don't know what war we've won, guys, but I think we did it. Like between these 4 episodes, I don't know who's winning.
There's gonna be a lot of bits.
Us. Yeah.
We're gonna lose some serious bits off that fortress. We're gonna be a well-armed horde.
Oh yeah. There's. I don't even know. Oh, this is gonna. I've got a lot of stuff to do before next week, apparently now.
Yeah, good luck with next season.
Yeah, my question is, how many stompas can we make out of a drop fortress? That's really like, how many stompas come from that? Because stompas are obviously the best orc unit.
The problem with that is that depends on your mech boys. You don't have many mech boys, and the orc in charge is a mad dog. So most likely he's gonna like requisition a lot of that stuff to put into orcs.
You definitely don't want the doctor in charge.
So let's fade for a moment on the impressive scene of orcs killing, orcs dying, the broken defensive line. You know what's funny as well is this rock that landed isn't even the big one. It's not even, it doesn't have that many orcs.
But we're quality over quantity.
Well, the thing is
how many gutses can they sacrifice in order to have the same success we did?
Turns out sacrificial guts lead to breakthroughs.
That's what they mean by it takes guts.
It does take guts.
It's a literal component, like a cooking recipe.
Yep, guts. Now you know, Sheepy. What you do to start off any Warhammer campaign for other people is have us play both opposing teams as the first 4 episodes, 2 episodes each, where we play the opposing teams, and then that's your campaign. Because
as long as you don't go berserk,
right?
I don't know if anyone gets that reference, but oh god, someone did it in the chat. Yeah, the big wave of orcs. Essentially, what happened was you kind of directed the flow of the orc attack as you kind of wore and charged. So everyone who was fighting the Katic guys on the other side responded to that as well and came and, you know, so there's no one defending on the Katic side, but that doesn't matter. Who cares?
Perfect.
So we fade back in at the boss tent. My first question is, Raga, do you take the boss tent for yourself?
Yeah, like absolutely. I got to get the big jaw guard, and I got to, you know, get my bits, and you know, I'm pretty sure from all that energy from the orc horde, I probably got like a little bit bigger. Like I probably was kind of like Mario after he ate a mushroom, you know. So like it was a successful battle for me, and I'm gonna roll into that role willingly.
All right. So I'm assuming Orc Guts and Crackbrain, you don't want to dispute the boss.
No, he has the biggest
gun.
Okay.
No, and for some reason I feel like I should obey the bigger one, as if years of training taught me that.
He has seemed to have grown in stature.
Your failure to achieve any kind of presence from the orc war chant has descended you into just a large guts. Some of the Gretchen has crawled back into your brain.
I'm no longer an orc. I'm just a big Gretchen.
Full circle.
So Raga, you're in your tent. You're, you know, probably hitting a Gretchen who like flies out of the tent like. And Crackbrain and Orc Guts wandering into the like area is someone you recognize. He has like weird contraptions coming out of his back, and you know, like this weird mechy type thing that kind of seems to move of its own volition. This is Grobgard Wug Death Blaster Brugger, the war boss for this part of the invasion, for this rock, and he's come to visit. And he says, "All right, so who's in charge here now? Because I heard that Skullboiler died.
Oi, boss, it's me, Ragga Rawtooth.
Ragga, right. So you're in charge now. Congratulations. Can I have your leg?
What do you need it for?
I don't know yet. It's just in case.
Well, nothing can go wrong in this situation. Sure.
Beautiful. Be back in a second, boys. And he takes you into the tent, and there's like.
You know, Guts, I'm a little dismayed that they didn't pick one of us to give up our leg.
Please roll me a d10.
Me?
Yep.
I don't know what dismayed means, but I feel like I could also have given them a leg.
Yeah, I feel like we were overlooked on the way in here. We could have easily given up a leg.
Right down the middle, a 5.
Here we are.
Or maybe we can trade legs, you and I.
You know what? That'll make me feel better.
So, Grobguard, you see him walking out with like, he's kind of like got a leg in an orc leg in his hand. He's kind of like got it slung over his shoulder, whistling like. He's like, all right, boys, have a good one. And walks off.
See, that could have been me with my leg off.
Would you like to go check on Ragga? Just why not?
Yes.
So when you walk in, Ragga's sitting, probably like a little bit discombobulated, but you know, pretty much all right. Now has like this big metal from just above the knee, metal replacement leg. That it's like big and booted and stompy, like very like it kind of like hisses when you move it at all. It's like steam comes out. It's like
Proper orky.
Also, Grobguard let you know like what it is. It has a crack grenade in the kneecap. So it's like a Culverine like shot. So whenever you want, you can fire a crack grenade. Crack grenades, just for anyone who doesn't know, they destroy tanks and shit. So he's got a tank destroying me.
See, gosh, that could have been me.
That's what
Could've had
you
it.
get for not volunteering.
I wonder what happens if you get kneecap.
Yumi's can't aim. That'll never happen.
I want a metal leg.
And
25% more leg than anyone had before.
and your new Gretchen attendant Zetog
Okay.
says,
Okay. I see what you did there.
If you want new parts, you can always go see the big boss, and he'll cut something off and put something on.
Oi, Tuggy, what I want right now
Yeah,
is for you to go get the boys in here. It's
Yeah.
time for a good game of Facey Squiggy Bitey.
Facey squiggy, but all right, boss, I'll go get the boys. Hey boys, please let me go.
Let
And-
me go. Let me go.
and the remaining, I think there's only one remaining boy, which is Bro.
Mhm.
Walks in. The rest of you are there and says,
I heard something about Facey Bitey.
Yeah. And I hand him a squig.
I got this.
and we'll fade out on Bro, just slowly bringing the squig towards his face.
You got to use the Doomcracker method where you got to shove it inside out.
He doesn't know that method.
It's horrible, but at the same time, like this loop fits perfectly
And
because
from-
you know that Zetug will come in with like a gun that will eventually suck in Raga, and it's just
It's a perpetual loop.
it's
of,
yeah.
Circle of orcs.
Bentham, please deliver us from evil.
We have
Oh,
done
This is-
so much
yeah,
stalling
no,
today. Save us.
This is an infinite loop. This is actually, it's been going on for
Oh,
100 years.
God.
Where this was actually like a distant future episode today.
Yep.
Not actually any humans anymore. It's just orcs blowing
this
things
is
up.
the orc that never ends.
Right, that was a trip. Yeah, let's do the outro things. Then we can do an after show and think about what we've done.
Or just blank it from memory.
So the announcements. Thank you to Engine Seer Polonus of the Iron Brigade for supporting today's episode. Thank you very much. We got some stuff very busy on the Patreon right now. We had some changes announced earlier this week that you can check out for the Patreon, the Discord, and in general Roll for It operations, how we're doing the shows and stuff. We've also got a whole bunch of posts coming out. We got the monthly recap coming. We got the character sheets for the new Mage show, and we've also got the map for Mage. And that's just this week, and there's going to be more in the coming weeks because there's a whole bunch of stuff that he's already made for it. We're sponsored by Roll20. Keep an eye out on the Twitter for the pinned tweet because that will tell you what's going on with current Roll20 giveaways. I think there's like, I don't know whether it's done or not, but there was a giveaway at least started yesterday. It may have also finished. I don't know, but there might be one, and if not, there is one more giveaway we're doing this month for the VTM core book. And also in about 8 minutes time, the VOD 4 episode 1 of our Mage show will be out on the YouTube for you to check out, so you can head over there and watch that straight after this. There you go. It's like we planned it or something.
There we go. There we go.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Let's go through for the final time all these awesome people and where you can find them. Let's start this time with how about Wandering DM?
It's me. Hi, I'm Simon, Wandering DM. You can find me now every Sunday at 8 p.m. over on Praxagorath's Meforius channel for Blue Rose, which is a romantic fantasy game. Then on Wednesday, same channel, at 7 p.m. we play every week The Witcher. And then on my channel at 8:30 p.m. on Thursdays and Fridays. Thursday we're going to be playing Continuing Sentinels of the Multiverse, which I don't know if you've seen. It's got nominated for a few Ennies. It's an awesome superhero-based game, basically in the like Wandering DM cinematic universe. And then on Friday, this Friday actually is the finale of my like year and a half Cyberpunk Red campaign. So we're gonna do like a big wrap-up party and stuff. And if you've missed it, you have a week to watch like 100 episodes on YouTube. And then next Saturday, we play Scion, which is basically Percy Jackson meets American Gods.
Nice. Splat, where can we find you? What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm a variety streamer and content creator on YouTube. So I actually do previews of indie games every single day. So you can check me out at youtube.com/splattercatgaming. And then I also stream pretty much every day of the week at Twitch TV/splattercatgaming in the afternoons, California time, so Pacific time. That's me.
And what's going on over at Unmade Gaming?
What's up? My name's Mike. I run things over at Unmade Gaming. Today is our 6-year anniversary of starting the company. So that's pretty freaking cool. Go check us out. We're on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, everywhere at Unmade Gaming. We do this, but a bunch of crazy different systems all over the place. So yeah, come check us out.
And of course, Sheepy.
Hello, I'm Sheepdog. And when I'm not regretting my sandbox tendencies, I'm failing to do proper outros.
Damn it, every time. Well, speaking of outros, we got one more final thing to do. We got to go through the tips. There were a couple today. We had the first one at the beginning of the episode from the Unspeakable with $88. The message being, the Unspeakable has donated $88 for Chaos.
Chaos.
All right,
yeah.
time for this. Splat, can you give me a D100 roll? Give Sheepy a minute to pull up the list. Do you still have the list?
Probably do, yeah.
And then towards the end of the episode, another one from Unspeakable for $5. Okay, an orc was walked to the steps of the Imperial Palace. Dissonance has been appeased. God Guts is now canon. Thank you very much, the Unspeakable. We're going to head off and record an after show now. The next time you can find Roll For It is on Thursday with another episode of Dungeons & Dragons Ascension. And you'll catch us next week at the same time in the same place with episode 24 of The Last Ditch, the penultimate episode where we're going back to our commanders for the final round of commander episodes, and then it's all over and we'll be very sad. So yeah, we'll go do an after show. You can check that out in a couple of days' time on the Patreon. With that, we shall say goodbye. May the dice roll ever in your favor.